Yeah, Wednesday I have off. I was gonna say, don't go back to Russia. Fucking talk your way into fucking Bev's back area, and then we can run a good setup. I got people that'll invest. Get AirPods and just have them turned on and just be like, or just tell her you started getting migraines during the day, so you'll see her when you see her, or just don't tell her shit. Just be like, yeah, man, you want in? And then fucking cut her in. Be like, you pay the electric part, we'll cover everything else. And then you're on site, so all I got to do is I'll score the nutrients and shit like that. And then you're there. All you gotta do is read what I write down, just like I used to do for Mark.
She said she was gonna call you if she needed something done.
Yeah, she always tries to call, and it's like, just text me. I can't stand being on the phone.
Yeah, because she stays forever, huh?
Well, it's part of my contract. I can't get on the phone because then I have to be nice guy and respect your wishes, even if it's something I don't want to do. That's how I ended up playing drums for a Grateful Dead cover band for a minute. This dude caught me high on the phone. I was like, oh, I'm compelled to motherfucker. So then, like, I did one practice with them, and they're like, "You're so awesome, blah, blah, blah." I was like, "Fuck the Grateful Dead so much." And then the next few times, they're like, "Can we practice?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm busy. I gotta work." They're like, "It's Sunday night." I'm like, "Yeah, I gotta work though." There's some 7-Ups in there.
If you get, where's your glasses?
Somewhere.
You get.
I only got one cup.
Or whatever, I'll go with you that one time, so we can actually talk to them about something like that. I'll just wait until they push the stimulus again through the unemployment. California just signed on to that, and they should have been one of the first that signed on when it was fucking announced. The fact that they did it, they just did it this Wednesday, some bullshit.
Right. Welcome to California.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, should be like a blue flowery water bottle over there if you want to fill up the bottle to walk with.
It's just another
drink bottle. Drinking Spurs them.
Do the delivery services sell clones anymore here? I know the dispensaries, some dispensaries here do, but not.
Allegedly, but I've yet to see them. They're always sold out. I got seeds. I can start seeds, or I can.
If they're good ones.
If you get your car right, we can drive down to Market. We can pick up some clones. I can take some cuttings.
I'd be down for that. I always do it left at some point too over there.
That's pricey though.
Yeah, that's true. Would be worth it.
That's right. Everybody else is out camping, having a good old time.
I ran it because I was up at the funeral for my Aunt Michelle, and I ran into my cousin who says he gets kilos of mimosa hostilus root bark for free because he's in the cosmetics business. So
you can go around town and scrape it off the trees, dude.
Which trees?
Mimosa hostilis, mimosa trees. They're like kind of a whitey bark, and then the flowers are wispy, fluffy, pink, and white.
Send me a reference photo if you can.
Yeah, look.
I swear I was passing by some and thinking they were mimosa because I looked at pictures of them.
My mom's yard's full of them back east.
You should mail that shit over because everything started coming down.
You can buy them right there.
The person that I got from on eBay disappeared. And they always disappear. They start and then they disappear. So you never know if you get an incredible source or not. It doesn't matter either way. He said he can get it in bulk, so he's gonna.
That's a bonsai, so that's like a tiny little twig branch off one.
Maybe I check it out.
Bonsai, but
they also do it at the swap meet.
They got them right there at Green Thumb.
Mimosa hostilis.
It looks like the little.
Where is it on the sidewalk?
Palms, and then little flowers.
Yeah, that's what I've been thinking.
Yeah, that's it.
That's what I've been seeing. I see that
everywhere.
I see that everywhere.
That shit's everywhere. Datura. I know where there's a seeding Datura. We can make devil's breath.
Is there a type of tree that's
devil's breath?
It doesn't matter what kind of mimosa hostilis. And I want to make something, or I'll send some of the rigs that's all out and ready.
That's on them. If you also, even if you smoke a lot, you still don't really wig out. Like, you too gacked up. Well, I don't know. You saw how I was the one time.
Oh, we were both.
I hid all my shit.
Yeah.
But then the other time, fucking, what's his face? Not hippie, but Lori's brother, the biker guy. He
You have a
hooked up.
cat in here? Is it the one?
Yeah, probably. And instead of fucking packing it on top of a bowl, he just packed my bowl full of Deemsters and didn't tell me. So like he's like, here, you can take the first hit. I was like, all right, thinking I was just gonna heat it up, and it was like, but bam! I felt like I was at the bottom of a swimming pool, and I was like, bang, came back up. I was like, dude, you gotta warn me next time. He's like, huh? I was like, I felt like it was an aquarium for an hour.
Was it really that? Was it MEO or NN?
No, it was great. It was good shit. Yeah, him and Hippie made it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I can start it back up.
Do it up.
Now that it's
There's fucking demand. All kinds of demand.
There just needs to be new ways to make money.
Collusion.
I had jump on that. I'll try to come over here on Wednesday. Yeah.
Later. Get home safely, Chief. Some good Russian collusion there. My friend Sriracha. So that's been my joke for a while. Russian collusion. Why do you come inside? Just want to go outside. Crying asshole. Finished watching The Stand. I watched like up to part 3, and that's when I was like, oh yeah, I read the book on this. I forgot I'd read it. And actually, I read all of Stephen King's books up to a certain point. For the ones they had movies for back in the day. I don't really read any of his new stuff because it's stupid, wasting my time. But it was neat. It was neat. Today was so hot. It was so awesome. We had to do 2 pallets of ice. So I spent like an hour and a half just in the freezer. And it was so good. It felt so good to be out of the heat. They're so happy with me lately because I've been crushing the workload as big as it's been. I've been crushing it even with the heat and all the mess the others are leaving and all the overstock the company's screwing us with. I'm hoping they offer me the head produce position because I'll take that shit. I had to get up at like and go in at 7 in the morning a few times a week, so I won't have to do as many nights. But I don't know. We'll see. Just depends on what I got to do with health insurance. Because whatever baby mama did, she was saying it canceled him and my insurance out. And I'm like, I don't see how I'm affected by anything she does. We weren't married. So I think she just misread something. Still looking for my W-2s. I finally decided I'd do my taxes. So, of course, the minute you do something like that, well, where'd the paperwork go? Had the envelope in my drawer, stuck it somewhere for safekeeping, and then promptly forgot because what's safer than forgetting something you hid? Sorry. Cuzzo, are you out there? Summoning Cuzzo. Probably sleeping or chilling with the chica. It's 3, 4 a.m., 3 a.m. there. What'd you get up to all day, Kirk? Anything interesting? I miss any good streams? I checked out Truth's little video of the mountains. It's beautiful looking. I like that area. Like when I camped, it was at the YMCA campground, boys club or something like that, up in Sequoia where the big redwoods are. And it was so awesome because like you see it on the cartoons of Bugs Bunny as a kid, and you see it in movies. But then once you're really at the same exact spot where you can drive through this tree trunk, it's like holy shit, I'm a part of everything. Ha 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 ha. I don't know. Of course, I chased bears up there. Never forget that one. That was just crazy. That was already. No Max tonight, so it's been pretty much loud and crazy here. So it could be two different neighbors are having little birthday parties, which is cool. Happy birthday. I just wish they would have like a party that wasn't focused around a birthday so I could wander over with some beer or some liquor and be like, hey, what's going on over here? I like to have fun. It's the suck part of my schedule pretty much. I don't get to meet most of my neighbors that have moved in the last couple of years. So I know the ones across the street from me one way, both the neighbors to the side of me, a couple houses up and down the street. And then a few over by the dumpster area because they always see me going to the pool and the dumpster and whatnot. But everyone else, like I'm off track with their schedule, so I never really see them to even talk to them or anything like that. It's alright. Everything happens when it happens, Captain. So boring debating walking a mile across town to this gas station to pick up smokes just for something to do. I don't know. Arbitrary. Arbitrary late night stuff. It's not really late though, it's only midnight. I've got to work till 3 tomorrow, so I can crash and sleep in all I want, which means I'll probably sleep till like 10 in the morning. Which reminds me, I need to check the laundry. Nice and cool out here. I don't see the moon anywhere. Alrighty. I always leave my door open on my shed when I'm doing laundry so the dryer doesn't build up heat and sweat the metal. But I secretly fear one day I'll walk into a possum sitting there like, I don't know, it won't attack me or any of that shit, but still, it's off-putting. Totally not into it. Whoa, what is that? Something big just happened over that way. There's like 2 huge electrical discharges. about 2 miles down the road towards Oxnard. Because there's like a hole cut through the trees where there's a space because of the side streets. It flashed there, but then it was also bright enough to flash above the tree line. So that puts it over about Rose Avenue. Or maybe right over on Gonzales after the bridge. I don't know. That was crazy bright though. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. Thinking about painting the hallway tonight. It is nice outside. I think I am definitely going to go for a walk to that store. Like I found a good supply of Black and Milds at Walmart, but it's hard to smoke a whole Black and Mild on a 10-minute break, especially since it's not really what I like to smoke. But I've had no time to go to the bank to set up an account so I can get a bank card rolling again. I just haven't really needed to. I think, I don't know. The whole banking shit's getting troubling. They just tried, well, they actually succeeded. They got the attachment in to the latest CARE Act renewal to require that all of the stimulus checks and stimulus money has to go to a FDIC bank, which means Federal Reserve Bank, which means they're going to start doing away with your ability to control your money pretty soon. Because I remember from a long time ago, which economist it was, but he talked about how they would institute the cashless society, and that was like step 2 or step 3. I had to go back through a bunch of shit I've watched and try to figure out which one it was exactly. But I'm sure you could find it. I mean, there's a lot of economists that have said the same thing because it's the most logical approach. It's not like making a movie about Batman where you go a million ways. With money systems, making money or losing money, there's no two ways about it. But the counterfeits are looking really, really good. The counterfeit 5, I was like, wow, that's a pretty crispy one. All that was missing was the strip. If the person hadn't ran it through, they would have got away with it. And most people don't run 5s or 1s. They don't think about it. They just take it. I always know by feeling it because money has a different feel than other papers. Just hemp paper. And that's what actually I think values it more than anything. Hemp ink and hemp paper. 12:21. Where is that? 6 blocks? No, not even that. I didn't even try 7-Eleven either. That could be a source. Oh, fuck it. What else have I got to do? Sit here and watch TV? Let's do this. What shoes do I need to skate? Or black shoes? I agree. Seem more stable. Socks, check. What'll be sad is if I go all the way over there and they don't have any. I'll be like, no, why me? But they had some the other day, so apparently I'm the only one getting them. Yay me. I'll make sure I have one of those shitty masks. Brass knuckles or pepper spray? Brass knuckles, pepper spray. I think I'll opt for pepper spray. Got me a cool Mendo breath vape today from Schmoka, so that was nice. I likes. Flavor's good, and it hits pretty good. I was rolling. We were laughing a lot today at work, which is good. They like it when I'm in a good mood, with good energy, versus in pain, like everything sucks. I don't blame them. I'm a dick sometimes, but not directly at anybody. That's what makes it worse, I think, because there's nothing and no one to really blame. It's just a machine making the choice to send too much of certain products. And at that point, it's like, well, shit. Thanks, Skynet. Dickbag. Got the chimichanga. No, they let me in until I get back. I'm trying to get in. I'll just let you out. Sriracha says you can't find the stream. Okay, let's see. Alright, I sent Sriracha the link. Maybe he'll come up. I feel like I'm going out with crazy people here. Hope the rest of the fam out there is having a great time out under the stars, getting some good work done and such. Nikki's live stream last night, you could tell it was pretty good energies. Lots of high vibes. Shout out to all those guys. Keep up the fun. Does that make me a scofflaw? I don't know. If anybody harasses me like Coco, I just tell them I'm skating to raise COVID awareness. I don't have the shit. I want people to be aware that nobody else has it either. What up, Super? Oh, okay, Sriracha ain't got enough data for the video and mic. I didn't know the YouTube link for him. As for me, I got bored and wanted to get my smokes instead of these black and milds. Cause yeah, I'd rather get a pack of cloves. So I'm just skating like a half mile down the street over this obscure gas station that nobody was aware of. I still happen to have a few. Yeah. Otherwise, I gotta wait till either Wednesday or next Friday to have time to go to the bank. I think I'm on another 6-day week again, which is cool. I like that. Super cool. Skateboard. That place is closed. They're like, oh, we're the liquor store. We're closed at 10:30. Better buy your beer like a good boy before 10:30. Or you gotta go a fucking mile down the road. Like that's gonna deter me. No way, Jose. Skated these streets at 18, end to end. We'd skate to Oxnard, we'd skate to the beach, we'd skate wherever the fuck we needed to go. There wasn't no riding the bus. There wasn't no bus really. We didn't even know what the fuck the bus was. I didn't learn about riding a bus till I lived in the valley. Wow, there's a night rainbow. Oh wow. Hold on. Let me see if I can get this. All right, if you go by the square signs off to the in the background of that, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a rainbow at night in the haze. It's hazy out here, but it stops right at the light pollution line. Neat, neat, neat. See, I wouldn't have seen that. I would kick flip, but I can't see very well right now. It is dark. It's asphalt. This is where the Metrolink train takes you to. I used to ride that bad boy to work every day. That's where I fell asleep on the train, and they didn't wake me up. It's one of the few times I was kind of scared. I was scared I missed the rapture. But there wasn't any news on it, so I knew I was just stuck in a train. After I called a couple of people to be like, hey, where am I? They're like, we don't know. Where the hell are you? 2 hours late from where you're supposed to be. Missed an appointment. Oh, yeah. That old chestnut. Realistically, I need people to just undo this immoral ban on flavored tobacco. Especially if you're not going to ban flavored alcohol. Like, goddamn, you got some shit in a bottle called cotton candy vodka, and that's not appealing sounding to a kid? But you think a cigar is going to appeal to him because it's got the word grape written on the side. Like, hell no. I like smoking, and cigars ain't even that appealing. That's why I'm willing to skate across over to here. That and my prayer for some puss didn't come through. God probably thought that was a good one. Like, yeah, good luck with that, fool. You want some pee? Go put in the legwork. It's like, dude, there ain't no bars. You can't even go to church to pick up some trim anymore. Be a good guy, an even better guy. You can't go anywhere. Just skate to the gas station. I think the only woman out at this time of night is like kind you don't want to meet or pick up or catch the attention of. They might be crazy. Oh, train tracks again. I live on the end of town with train tracks. Yeah. And there's all the car lots. And this is like the row of shit businesses, the cabinet shops, the old industrial area. 1 out of 5 businesses is actually occupied, like a Harley shop, cabinet maker, the hot tub guy, people you can't do without. The rest of them are slowly converting to storage places and shit of that nature. Nothing cool like the fucking smoke shop within reach yet. Of course, they're finally building one right next to my work in the next couple of weeks after they don't have my smokes anymore. So, I can do a manual all day, Chief. I think I got video of it on my Facebook. I got some video of we're skating either outside of Dallas or outside of El Paso in the rain ditches on the side of the freeway. We had picked up a job to take some furniture to a city outside of Dallas for one of our friends. Her son moved, and we had to take like the grandma when she died, all the stuff from her house that he inherited. We drove it down there in a U-Haul for him. But it's like, yeah, man, we know there's ditches down there. She's like, yeah, let's skate it. My cousin lived in El Paso for like 10 years, so I'd been through Texas before. But man, it was so goddamn hot. I think the Texas videos are like 30-second rides, and then we jump back in the truck, cool off for half an hour, and then find another spot. I'll do some tricks in the lighted area. I'll set the phone down and skate a little bit somewhere. It's not in this section. This shit's too close to the chuds. Cannibalistic humanoid underground dwellers. Antiques. Reopening. Before that, it had their grand opening sign on for like the last 5 years. Like, what is going on where y'all don't have that done yet? The pad is also conveniently located right next to the 101 freeway. So when I do get my license, I will be driving the 101 again. It's shit, they won't let me use my own car because it's got out-of-state plates. But in order to cover the cost of changing the title over and all that nonsense, I have to pick up another little part-time delivery job. So it's like one of those catch-22 things everybody encounters in life. Just got to figure a way to iron it out. I hate when people slow down for a second to see what's up, because it tells me there's pedophile area in the network, or at least prostitution going down. Those are misdemeanors, okay? There used to be Toys R Us right there. Where Toys R Us went bankrupt. So that's it. Damn, I'm already here. Gotta be careful because that's the freeway. Right, I guess. Oy, oy, oy. Not even breathing heavy. Maybe I'll go around some other shit too. See what's crack-a-lacking. God, please don't let any wandering raccoons, crackheads steal my skateboard. Oh yeah. Gotta put on my panties. My man panties. Howdy. How many Jarm specials you got?
Okay.
Jarm specials, how many you got?
Ready?
How many of those do you have in the box up top?
What do you want?
Jarm specials, the clove cigarettes.
Specials. I'm like, oh, he was like,
Give me 2 packs. Let me get those.
Sure.
Yes, sir. Don't let other people buy this except me or Jesse.
45.
I don't know if the woman told you.
Once in a while.
I know, but I'm telling you, don't let him. Only me and Jesse. Jesse's the Mexican guy that looks like Jeff Goldblum.
I
know, because the stupid van. That's why dude, I bought every other pack in town.
Oh,
literally, everybody was saving them for me because I knew it was coming. So I was like, yeah, save them. And I'll come through and buy them. I was buying everybody. I know. Soon I'm going to have to start bootlegging smokes. I could get magic mushrooms delivered to my house legitimately. But I have to fucking contraband cigarettes. What the fuck? None of this nonsensical shit was in the 1984 novel I read. Some bogus fucking books. Oh, but I digress. Trying to think what's safe around here. As far as terrain wise, and there's not a lot. Sriracha's just trying to jump in, but he doesn't have the data to do it. I don't know the link for YouTube. Don't run it into me, guy. Fucking drunks. I think the funniest shit is when I'm like riding somewhere or walking around and these chuds will fucking pull up and like try to stare because they just see a ponytail and a sweet ass from behind and they assume it's a lady. And it's like, what's up, bruh? Good on you. And you can tell too because they look down quick like, oh shit. And hopefully they said some shit so then their friend can be like, yo, you were trying to fucking talk about a dude's ass, man. Fagurato. Fagurato. People say don't be biased against gay people. And that's cool. I'm not leading any revolts against them or anything crazy. To me, it's a non-issue. I don't have an attraction to other guys the same way I don't have an attraction to family members. I'm not wired that way. I don't want to explore my options. Good to go. I did apply for the Amish breeding program. They said the genetic pool is getting kind of thin in certain hormones. So they were willing to pay people $5,000 I was like, well, do I get to nail this Amish chick, or I'm supposed to provide a sample and you guys are going to use that evil English science to impregnate your woman with a test tube or something? But they never got back to me. They just sent a form letter that said, you're no longer in consideration. So, wow. Oh, well. That would have been kind of crazy, a little Amish me running around calling them out like, yo, what the fuck? We got windmills. Let's hook a fucking generator up to that bad boy. Woo! We could be playing pinball all night, guy. Fucking pinball. Pinball. Damn. I hate that I think now that I should have bought a drink while I was there. But it's all good. I'm making good time. That's my new beat. It's called Landline. It drops every time you spin the dial. American Motorcycle Shop. Now, where's the protesters for that? They've got their little cigar store wooden Indian. Isn't that offensive? Isn't that racism? Just trying to keep up with y'all's definition. But this town's so crazy, you can't make up its mind. That's why I avoid most of them. Everybody has their little agendas and weird shit they do. Sketchy. Sriracha made it home safe. Good, 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 good. He had to walk, but he scored a ride, and that's cool. There's nothing like getting a ride when you're really desperate for a ride out of nowhere. Like one time, I was ready to go home from the garden, and I'd taken the train that day. But then there was an accident, so the trains are all backed up by 2 hours. And by the time that was over, like I knew they were full all night at that point. So it was like they weren't even selling tickets for it because it was already all sold out in advance. Like, so I was like, fuck. Tried calling a few people, and everybody's like, man, I ain't driving to fucking Valley to get your ass. Like, come on, I ain't going to LA. Like, all right, whatever. Appreciate it. But then, like, I was like, fuck it, man. I'm going to do it old school and just hitchhike at the on ramp because there's like legitimate spots to stand and the cops won't harass you or the chips. So I stood there for a while and just got stoned. I had like 2 blunts that Marcos rolled for me. And then once those ran out, I had my pipe. And it was getting hot. I was like, shit, I'm ready to roll. So like, God, please send somebody, just anybody to pick me up. And then bam, like 10 minutes later, I was just like, hey, cool, his truck's pulling over. And he starts giving me a ride and he's like, hey man, I think I know you. I was like, yeah. And he's like, yeah, are you Hippie James' friend? I was like, yes, I am. He's like, Super Dave, right? I'm like, yeah, it's me. And so he was all cool. And I just thought it was super cool that like not only did I get a ride, but then it was like a kosher ride that I knew. The guy lived across the street from one of my better friends, Hippie James. Shout out. Lompoc. But yeah, it's a big small world. I wish I had like a little bike that could roll on the train tracks, like in Wild Wild West. Because there's like weird shit you can see in the tunnel. when you go from Moore Park to Chatsworth. And there's different areas of the valley and mountain section that you can see that you can't really access from the ground or see from anywhere on the surface streets, like through the neighborhoods or anything. It's a really spot-specific location. But like it really looks like some caveman shit, like lava rock style shit. Like I think something was there. And the tunnel's way, way older than it should be looking at. The density of the concrete, the size of the arches, all of it. Like it's so out of proportion to the train that's going through it. Kind of like when you see the tunnels in the mountains, and they're like, "My God, why'd they build it 25 feet high for a triple-decker semi truck? Samurai, semi truck." And then they end up backfilling lanes with concrete, but you can tell where it ended because the arches are still open at the outset. Whee! Thanks for the bright lights, guy. Nothing like being light blinded in the dark. Oh, skating uphill sucks. All right, man. I'll see you Wednesday. Patina. I think they do bathroom porcelain. I'm not sure. Sketchy not seeing. Starting to get a little nerving. Maybe the bar's open. Like, yo, what up, old people? Swear to God, every bar around here is just all old people. The young people go out for the most part till about 10. Then everybody else comes out and crushes it till like 12:30. And then it's just like everybody's gone. And it's just old people left. And a few strays that don't really know anybody or don't have friends because they're busy. And that's usually who chit chats. Everybody's like, yeah, I work all the time too. Like, yeah, me too. We're all workaholics. Drones. That's how controlled this place is. You look around, nobody's tagged any of these awesomely white space walls anywhere. Nothing. Everybody's spirit's broken, it seems. That and kind of a lot of them here are in on it and they're happy about it. They're like, yeah, take away cash. Then nobody can rob our stuff and get away with it anymore. It's like, why don't you just stop supplying them fucking cocaine and meth and heroin and shit? Or make it so they have to buy it from a store and then y'all can keep track of it like you want. Fuckheads. Honestly, if you're working all the time and you ain't depriving a kid or, you can be a functional crackhead, go for it. I don't see it as viable, but people swear they know somebody, and I'm like, how? Every crackhead I've ever encountered is a fucking flaming wreck of a human, a total husk. Yummy dogs for sale, 24/7. Dine on Shih Tzu, dine on Cockadoodle, Labradoodle. Whatever the hell shit around here starts. Nice. Almost back. Stretch already went to sleep, he says, but for the record, I just went a mile in what, less than 20 minutes? Might even be more, I don't know. I'd Google it, but I don't want to fucking turn on my location whatsoever. Never ever. No biometrics, no location, no predictive text, no autocorrects. No boats, no stars, no motor cars. Not a single luxury. Hey, let's go clean our car at 1 in the morning. That's not suspect at all. Damn, dude, you dropped the dope. Well, listen, we'll pull over and it'll look like we're cleaning the car. Yeah, you got to clean your car at 1 in the morning. Right on. Not judging, just saying. There's ways to avoid suspicion, and that's not it. Versus me out raising COVID awareness. Ha ha ha. I'd be loud, but nobody would hear it. Freeway drove out any sound to me. This place used to be a cool motel. Back in the day, they had their pool still, but it was broken, so you could sneak in every now and again and skate it. In the days before security cameras, then you just had to wait for the security guy to take his lunch or his dinner, and you could just charge it for a good 15, 20 minutes before he'd come back and be like, get out. Now it's all filled in with concrete and garden and trees and whatnot. Memories of a city that impressed me so much I was willing to ride a fucking Greyhound 5 days and 4 nights to go back and forth to grab things and help out people out back then. All the usual ins and outs going back and forth across the country over and over and over and over. But like, it's only recently that it's really just changed into this petty fucking succubus pool. They want working class jobs, but they don't want the working class workers. They don't want rent that most people can afford. Most people aren't blessed as I am with my rent, considering what I have. So I'm always busting ass to try to keep it nice, because I do appreciate it. Mm-hmm. both my little shoulder guys are like, "Yeah, let's jaywalk this bitch when it's time." And I said, "Yep." You guys are right on the money with that one. Oh! Random arbitrary step down. Nothing like missing a step and then suddenly your legs going up into the back of your fucking throat. Thanks. Gravity. Gravity babby. Oh my God. Use the crosswalk 2 blocks up. Nah. Oh, I found some graffiti. Plate. I wonder if it's like supper plate or his cousin dinner plate. Scooby-Doo mystery, boys and girls. We may never come to a valid conclusion point of it. Here you go, across the street. Yeah. Right, here's the gas station where I tore my shoulder the fuck out. Not only did they not offer help, they never inquired how I was doing, even though I went back the next day with my sling on, all wrapped up, medicated, and positive. I said, "Hey, man, I fell because of your sidewalk. Shit made me wreck. And now I'm crippled for life." And they're like, "Oh, sorry to hear about it. We can try to contact the owner." And he gave me a business card, and yeah, it's about as far as that ever went. It's another one of those things, you gotta have time to run shit like that down. That's for 3 years. BAR doesn't even have record of me going there, even though I came back with my paperwork when they set up my follow-up appointment. And they said, "Well, we don't have a record of you coming in." I said, "Well, then who set my fucking follow-up? How do I have a follow-up if I didn't have an initial?" And she's like, "That's a good point." I'm like, "Exactly. There's nothing to follow up. For what following up?" Hey, look at that. Guy's making him get his money. Get that money. This is my Tony Hawk gap. Because it's like a crooked sidewalk. Honestly, I haven't really skated beyond just like riding because of the weather in a while. I only ride around in the park with Max a little bit here and there, but everything's been closed, so we hadn't had the opportunity. But I will get my skills back up and take a video of that manual when I'm ready to nail it in one take. The longest I've ever ridden a manual, I think, was like 700 and some feet. But it is downhill, so don't count it the same. Flatland, the farthest I've ever gone is probably 70 feet. And I did have that recorded. I got a few videos of that posted on Facebook or used to. I think MySpace actually has some too. I need to get on there and check. I remember I had video jamming with Homeboy the last time I tried putting the band together, like a full live band, play shows versus just recording. Nice, peaceful here. Crickets chirping. Stars starring. Roses digressing. The sun. So I guess that's Mars up there. Seems like this month really flew by. It's already fucking almost over. And it's gonna be my birthday next month. So that's cool. It means I'll get some gifts. Yeah. I always like the stuff I get. Mostly because like Max always finds something neat. Like I'll give him like $10 and be like, here, surprise me. And his mommy will take him out, and they'll come up with like a card, some kind of cool thing. Last time they got me a little miniature glass elephant in a little magnifying container because I like elephants. That was nice. Oh, I hear beers clinking. Ah! Fucking cat. What the hell? Scared the shit out of me. Looks like the party's over there. Oh, all right. Get the key unlocked. And we're back. Hey, welcome home, me. Thanks, guy. How's it hanging? Toad's Fabu. Shed some light on some. Woo! Bob is fucking outside. Daddy needs a sip of that cold. Lordy, Lord. Oh. Man, they must be talking about soccer or something. Those guys are jazzed up. More so than the normal jazziness. It sucks, dude. Like, both of my neighbor chicks are cuties, but I've watched them grow up as, from teenagers. So it's like watching your cousins. Can't really think about anything like that. It doesn't happen, because it's weird. Their own family. They're cool people. I think they're from Brazil. I know my mom was talking Portuguese with them, so I'm assuming they're Brazilian. She's been to Brazil a few times. She has people down there. She'll go and stay like 3 months, 6 months, whatever. She's got the money to run out of my dad for a trip. Direct flying, fuck on me. I'll be right back. I got some shorts on. Did I grab some shorts on? And I'm quiet night for everybody. All 2 people watching, one of them being shit. Nice. So I don't know when I left. But, fuck. Just poured cold ass coffee all over my nuts. Ah! Be back yet again. Fuck it, Bob. Let's all go. I just won't show anything from the waist down. Shit. All the dumb things that can happen. But it was refreshing, I won't lie. It's cold. Good. Pause the camera. Bob, I got coffee on my balls, Bob, I got coffee on my balls, man. What do you think about that? Pretty fucked up, right? I got sticky coffee balls. God damn it. What's up, buddy? Don't get excited, I'm just rinsing off. Ah, it's cold. Cold. Holy shit, that's me. Feels so good, though. Oh, Bob, you just don't know what you're missing. As a cat, hot water on demand, that's like magic, bro. You just don't even know. I don't even think you could stand this drink. Your little cat ass would be like, oh, it's burning my little ass. I'll tell you that much. Oh. All right. Little Horace bass, tops and tails. Hey, Bob. Can you say hello like your sister? You want to get in that water, don't you? I should take you to the pool and throw you in. See what happens. It's not like you'll drown or anything. Oh, now you want to talk. It's like, no. Bob says, fuck you, buddy. I'm just kidding, Bob. You do need a bath, sir. I wonder if the groomer's open. Or maybe they have like some hot topless grooming service where they send over some banging looking chick, some big old nianas, and she'll clean you up and style you up. And I can just sit there staring like a crazy person. Like, no, I'm just kidding. So could do nothing. Fucking A, Bob. Quarantine sucks. They need to have some kind of socializing ground. for people to meet and mingle and date and go out to dinners and all that cool shit. All the losers and thirsty folks fucked up internet dating a long time ago. So that's not really an option anymore. Catfishing motherfuckers. Thanks a heap. It's like the people with herpes. They're just like, why are you here? Go stick to your shit. Get in your herpes lane. They have herpes, pub. Herpes. No herpes here. No nothing. Oh, I get tested. Always been clean. Always will be. Because I don't play around with that kind of shit. Life's too short. You caught up with the incurable disease. You know what I mean? You know? Yeah, you do. Oh, happy Slatterday, Splatterday, Scratter, Scatter, Skinner. I like to call it Shatterday. Today I picked up some Critical OG and some more LA Confidential. And of course, my sweet Mender breath cartridge. Because I couldn't wait on Mr. Mark any longer. Fucking Doughboy Johnny didn't go through, and like it's gonna get delivered to me. I just gotta wait on Doughboy Johnny to fucking drive his little candy ass to LA and pick it up for me while he's doing his business. But I digress. Who's still in here, chatty patties? Say something, interact. What's good with everyone? Anything fantabulous to report? Anything crazy to report? Spectacular shit, mind-boggling shit. I came up with a science magic trick you can use at the pool. I think I'll make a video of it Wednesday because I don't want to describe how I do it, but it's pretty tits. Thought I had one sitting around here. Oh well, kid must have did something with it. But yeah. Basically, I figured out through science and physics, actual physics, not the hypothetical fields, but actual physics of surface tension water and things of that nature. But I can make the bubble tube full of water stay inside the tube even though the top's missing. And like there's only 10 people at the pool, but wow, they're pretty fixated by it. Especially like there's only another little kid there besides Max, but he was like 8 years old. And he was looking at it like, oh, that's a trick somehow. I'm like, yeah, it should be pulling out, right? It is a trick. And he's like, why ain't it coming out? I'm like, because I don't believe in gravity. And he's like, what? And I was like, okay, now I do. And I squeezed it and it started pouring out. And like he just thought that was the coolest. And then like that got the other adults' attention and hearing him like, oh, so they were watching. And then they were all like, wow. I mean, I explained it to Max, but it'll be in back burners until he's old enough to fully appreciate. I'll be like, here, dude, pull this one out when you're at a pool party with some smoking hotties. And I'm ready to be a grandpa later in life. Finish the smoke up, some blazing going. Oh, I like that the neighbors are being loud. It means I can play some guitar in a while. Wow, I feel like it. Who knows? Night's young. Stay up till 4 or 5. think she's gonna take Max right to Grandpa, and him and Grandpa come back here while I'm at work. Then I'll have my boy back. It'll be all good again. Wearing the last of my custom shirts. So I actually do make t-shirts here and there for people. Get them printed out. Just like Super does for his hats. All it takes is just throwing a little money where your mouth is. Anybody can do it. Doesn't have to be a business for the rest of your life. It's just a quick revenue source. You score up a print shop that'll print you up a limited run and run with it. You could probably get 40, 50 shirts for a couple $100 as long as you keep the design simple and you have your own vectoring done when you approach the place. It takes a lot of the cost away because getting the vectoring done for your design to lay it out, that's where a lot of the initial costs I ran into were back in the day. But then when it came to getting reprints, it's like, okay, I have the vectoring file, so I could upload that to websites and get much better quality print jobs from the online places. Versus, places you order your shirt, and it's like, wow, I could have printed out the fucking decal and ironed it on myself too. But it's not the end of that. My 2 crystal farms are going pretty good. I'll do some photo updates on Instagram later. I like getting photos of them in sunlight because it shows the depth of the crystals better. I've got like a 1/4 inch of growth on the orange quartz that's food coloring orange. But now it's starting to look like candy corn because it's white at the tips. So it's an interesting look. The other one that was blue-green, it's taken on kind of a beige color. And instead of making outward clusters, it's completely made a second skin over the quartz. It's really interesting shit, man. I never grew crystals before like that. Like DMT crystals are different. Those are also easy to grow and interesting, but yeah, it's just. I don't know. They make all the gems in labs. I've watched enough, researched enough. They say they can't duplicate diamonds, but then it's like, well, around the same time you guys started admitting you could make emeralds and rubies that were indistinguishable by lab equipment from mined gems. That was about the same time you started seeing those chocolate diamonds and the rose diamonds and all the other off variants. People still think that coal gets smashed into diamonds by high pressure, and it's not the same thing at all. You can research it yourself if you don't believe me. But needless to say, yes, both are carbon, but both went through 2 very different processes chemically to become coal or diamond. Today's fun fact that I learned was that your exhaling carbon dioxide is actually what attracts mosquitoes to you. I never knew that. I never really researched mosquitoes before beyond how do I kill every fucking mosquito in the general vicinity of my house. But we don't really have them here. It's more of the East Coast. Fuck blue bloods. Blue bloods is so dry. I'm not into it. I like Chicago PD though. The show kicks ass. about the only TV show I really tune into is Law and Order and Chicago PD. And everybody, they're like, dude, what's up with that? Like, you don't like cops. Why are you always watching these cop shows? I'm like, because they beat ass. Like, these guys get the bad guy and they torture the motherfucker and they beat the shit out of him, get confessions, and do like, not on people that are innocent, but on the good guys, that deserve that ass with them. So they get that work and it's good shit. In Law and Order, it's like they're putting pedophiles away and locking them up, and you see them getting beat up and hurt. And even though it's fake, it's still cathartic. You know, it makes you feel better. It's like, yeah, that fucking dirtbag child molesting piece of shit got what he deserved. They beat him to death within 5 minutes of entering lockup. Bam. And it's not really judgmental, but it's like, just because God can forgive you of it, and humans can forgive you of it, but not everybody's that forgiving. And it's those times I'm kind of grateful some of those people are out there that aren't. I used to be one of those people that could just act without thinking. It's really scary and fun all at once. I would deal with any consequences of any of my shenanigans, obviously, but once I discovered Max was on the way, that was like the end of all my hijinks. Fully retired from the lifestyle and did my best to maintain a legitimate garden job. And I ran that shit. I managed it well. I had up to 10 employees, 12 employees at any given time during harvest and shit like that. But the woman ended up just selling the business to another group, and they had their own people, so that was that. I go where my people go, and that's that. Now I'm just on the reserve roster waiting for my specific type of garden that I'll run. Like I would say level 3. I'll run up to 80 light grows, which square footage wise can be a lot, or a little here and there and all over. Just depends on the building layout. But that's about 80 lights, and each light is a 4x4 tray. So yeah, it's a good amount of bud. And that's just like running a 3-man setup full time. Me and then 2 alternating helpers. But that was happy. I was happy Sriracha's interested in trying to move in over there at Beverly's house. Because Hippie James is terribly down to invest. Probably talk Mr. Mark into doing some investments. I got all my hookups. Got to kick down what I need. And the beauty of it is it's already all kitsed up. It's got the AC, it's got the climate control shit. I already set up the thermometers, the light tracks up. They got a fucking 1500-watt mini sun HPS. I was like, holy shit. I wasn't even using, like, it's a $2,000 light. Y'all are crazy to buy this for your home use. I would have never bought that anywhere except like a major garden, like a 250 light setup, which is like a full warehouse. That's what's out, that's like gym size, basically. It's like it puts out as much as gym light, but broader spectrum of heat. So they got that, and then they got like 4x4 grow tent that I set up for moms and clones. So it's all waiting. I've just been waiting till they got it through the thick skulls that it's going to run the way I want. Because the last time they got in there and the husband sprayed some shit. Well, I saw bugs on the plants. I said, yeah, I know. I already treated them. I came over and I put the stuff on to get rid of them naturally, organically. This dumbass sprayed some kind of garden pesticide on them and just shredded all 50 clones. It was like, you asshole, man. You had to drive to Malibu. Malibu's cool. I like going there, but there's going there for business and there's going there for fun. And when you're going there for business, it's a totally different drive. It's a totally different spot in Malibu, not the fun place. It's like I'm in some random fucking super dick neighborhood where everybody's looking at us because the car is never good enough. It doesn't matter what you're in, you get looks because they know your car doesn't belong there. You just stand out that way. And they're just thinking, oh, what's this tourist motherfucker want? But no, I'm just gonna go into LA to my boy's shop and hook up on some clothes from him. Start it up. My goal is to have it done before my birthday. So that's like 3 weeks from now. That way I can start off my birthday with a separate income source again. I just gotta change the dates on a couple of my paperworks, get them updated, print them back out. And then I'll be back in the saddle again. And I'll start doing some streams from the garden, probably once a week. And since shrooms are legitimate now, my boy's gonna set me up on that too. So for all you fucktards that think I don't bring anything to any table, suck my dick. I've done more in this world with my hopes and dreams and goals than a lot of people I know. I'm a published author. I'm a published photographer. I have albums out that people have bought and enjoy and ask for other albums. People download my shit. They listen to my shit free. They stream it. People own my artwork all across America. Like, it's not even bragging. Just fucking you put the time in, you can get anything accomplished. And when it comes down to a project I'm really behind, I'll spend 18 hours a fucking day on this shit. Because, they teach you have to sleep. Plus, I like dreaming. It's fun. Let's see. I got Mac Daddy Barry White. I think I will start off this session with some LA Confidential. Smoke is just as good as the movie was back in the day. Another movie that was a Hollywood tell that nobody quite understood, that they were telling you, hey, this is what we do in Hollywood. We take people and make them look like the celebrity because the original celebrity wouldn't cooperate, so we snuck them out and put a replicant in place. Because cloning, as people think cloning, you just duplicate some shit or make the cell split. No, it doesn't work that way. You have to have a fertilized embryo and then inject the other matter into it and then hope that some of it takes. And if the code takes, they do the PCR test like always and go, oh wow, there's genetic material. That means this sheep is a clone. Even though the code is already so close to any other code for a sheep, there's no way you could prove without a fucking shadow of a doubt that your sheep is identical to the other sheep genetically. Like it's a hoax, it's sham science. A true clone would be a genetic identical, just like an identical twin. Only an identical spirit would have to be there because it would be perfectly identical. Identical twins still have two separate spirit houses. It's two separate beings, even though they're constructed very, very, very similarly. And I know because my mom was an identical twin, but her younger brothers are fraternal twins. So I had both sets that I could watch and compare and contrast because I was always interested in things like that. People always ask, man, that's crazy. How do you tell them apart? I'm like, because I know my mom. Fucking retarded. I can't tell, mom, which one's you, which one's my aunt. Man, these neighbors sound like they're having so much fun outside. drunken soccer days. I almost want to grab my little bottle of tequila and be like, hey, you guys want a swig? Or I could be like, hey, you guys want a trip? I could give them some good stuff. Like, here, drink this. Absinthe. Sucks most of me and Sriracha's conversation was before I started streaming. What did we discuss tonight? We both agree the election's a wash. Neither side's going to accept it if it's defeat. But it won't matter because I think no matter what happens, it'll be declared null and void somehow or some way. Something's going to fucking alter it. We talked about the resolution that they passed piggybacking the CARE Act that forces you to go to an FDIC federal bank, Federal Reserve Bank. Pardon me. Yeah, I was about to run short of that. I can't believe he came over here. It took him an hour to walk here, and then he hung out for like half an hour. Everybody I know is just a busy bee. We're always busting ass. I have lots and lots of people I know that I'm friends with. A lot of them are on the other side of town where I used to live because I lived there for a while. So like the local bar is my spot there. Both of them, they're right there on the same block. So both bars are my local spots. All the people I know and like all my old clients, like everybody's on that end of town. And then everybody else that I know is all the way on the other end of town at the beach. I'm midtown. And everybody on your midtown, Mark moved to LA, to Hollywood, to DTLA, to the rich people spot. And it's awesome pad, 50-foot fucking Christmas tree. Like, man, you got a Christmas tree bigger than the mall in your house. Like, good God. It never ceases to amaze me. I'm like, dude, I could climb this tree right now. And he's like, go for it. I'm like, seriously? He's like, yeah. I really wanted to, though. He's learned that don't challenge me like that because I'll do it. Even if I get fucked up, I'll try it. Just so I don't got to eat my own words. Man, that Popeye's chicken sandwich does look good as a bitch. Popeye's is like 5 miles down the road. No, wait, it's not. I can take the shortcut through the riverbed, and then it's only 3 miles. That can be a mission for me and Max Day. We'll gear up and take a good nature walk, and I'll show him the farmlands again. The last time we took that big walk was when he was in the baby carrier, so I could ride him around on my back when he was like 2.5, 3. It's so crazy to think he's gonna be 6 years old soon. I got the phone call for school to do the online school form for kindergarten. It's like, man, this is really happening. It's crazy. Like my marriage ended right when my child, my daughter, was getting ready for kindergarten. So I was taking her to preschool and stuff. It wasn't the same. So I was like, the last time I saw her when she was this age. My other son, he was 3 at that time. Now he's 15 and she's 19 almost. And that bitch didn't do like I told her to do. I was like, I don't care what, you're going to keep him from me, whatever. Be evil, but at least get him holistic vaccines and, keep their health on point. Because I don't deal with the sciencey evil concoction shit. You can go and get a clean vaccine. You can get a clean inoculation. You can get shit you don't have to inject. It's the same shit. Do your research. Keep your kids healthy, but do your research, and you can find alternative medicines that are made by this big pharma too. That's the secret too. There's a lot of it's made by big pharma. They just won't tell you because they don't want the competition. They like making the synthetic shit because it's cheaper. The cut's always cheaper than the pure, so they want to make the cut. And that's great. They're the ones that profit off suffering fucking devils. But I digress. I don't know where I was going with that. I went to my Skippy place. My brain skipped a track. Oh, remind me, mental note Wednesday when he comes back over. Put the disk drive back into my goddamn computer. Knucklehead. I'll fix your computer. Halfway. Like, why didn't you put the disk drive in? I didn't feel like it. I figured I'd get back to it. Thanks, guy. But, I don't really use it, but there is an album I need to upload that's ready to go. I got the rough album done. It's called Peasants Are Killed Daily. It's 9 new tracks. Everything, all the rough mixes done, all the CDs done. I just gotta load it back in and polish it up a little bit, and then I'll post it up. So maybe by the end of next week that'll get done. It's just a matter once the disk drive's in, that's on. It's game on. Because then it's just a matter of loading the disc in and opening up the studio and cracking it. Mm-hmm. Coffee's great when it's not on your ball sack. Ball sack. Hello, America. Ball sack. Ball sack. Ball sack. Ball sack. Fuck you, Joe Biden. Fuck you, Kamala Harris. Fucking slug. Like everybody else can be like, oh, they're a good person, this and that. I don't care if she's a woman running for office or a man running for office or a fucking frog running for office. But I know people that are still in jail over bullshit drug possession charges. And it's like this bitch openly bragged about how many people she put in jail for smoking weed. But, her family's from Jamaica. That shit was so funny, though, that her dad put out a press statement in a video saying, she does not represent us. We don't smoke weed. We don't fucking support that lifestyle. This bitch is lying through her teeth. Like, damn, your own dad called you out on your bullshit. But yeah, you're the best option we have. We need somebody to win the fucking lottery and pull a Brewster's Millions. Monty Brewster, vote none of the above. If nobody qualifies to win the vote and nobody gets the vote, what do? They can't just appoint somebody. Nobody will stand for that shit. They'll bicker about it forever. They'll start a war they don't want to start. There's shit they want, shit they don't want. Like any good cook, you control the heat on the stove. You don't want a grease fire. Yeah, obviously it can happen, but sometimes you have that little grease fire, and you're like, well, let's turn off the stove part and watch this shit burn out. Just depends on the mindset you're in and which catalysts are at play. Agents are a different breed. Catalysts are a natural thing. Some people are just the life of the party. That's an example of a catalyst. Some people do it through their talents. Like, you'll be singing with a group of people at a gathering or church or wherever sometimes group of people sing your karaoke. But then there's that one person that get up and they're just like what the fuck? Why am I? I'm there, dude. They just portal you, whatever you want to call it. Like, what the hell? This person's got the it factor. But with whatever they're doing. There's a lot of phenomena out there that they manipulate that they haven't defined because some of it's beyond definition, which is a lot of what I like to focus on the theoretical and not so much that it's unexplained, just unexplained as of yet. That's where I was going with the whole apophenia, because once you can learn to separate apophenia from other natural, the natural process that it mimics and perverts, then your critical thinking is tuned up that much tighter, that much better, less deception, less blindness, eyes wide open, you know, mentally, physically, and spiritually. But it's a fascinating topic. Nobody ever wants to discuss. Nobody ever wants to discuss the really interesting shit, I find, because that means they got to read a whole bunch. But somebody one of these days. Psychology is always worth it. The more you know about psychology, the more you can see how you're being mind fucked. And once you know, then they can't do it to you anymore. It's like its own mental knowledge vaccine against bullshit. Got your MMR, got your BSR, bullshit resistance. I'm not watching Netflix. I'm not watching the Viking show. I don't give a fuck who's scrimmaging in the Game of Thrones. I don't care about these motherfuckers in the Upside Down. What? The chick's bald? Really? Oh my god, I've never seen a bald woman. Do tell. Oh, and she's got psychic powers? Wow, that's a new one. I don't know when middle school children started writing television and movies, but that's what killed the industry. The homogenization of thought, formulaic bullshit. Two guys jumping over a car, and they're gonna go on a trip. Blah 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 blah. What kind of wacky fuckadoo adventures can happen? Oh my god, one of them's black and one of them's white. Oh, it's even crazier. And oh my gosh, they pick up a weird, wacky homeless kid who just happens to be the cleanest homeless person you've ever seen in your life and isn't super traumatized from being a young homeless kid that somehow avoided detection by the authorities. Fucking plot lines they write are goddamn tarded. Not that, too, that Netflix just got scrupulously fucked over on their little cuties program they made, which is apparently about young girls. in bikinis or some shit. I didn't even want to watch the video. I just read the article. Sexualizing young kids of any kind is a fucking crime, and it needs to be prosecuted as such. Shit needs to end. Everybody wants to say, oh, all this violent shit makes you violent, all this makes you that. Well, then how come all the gay shit and the pedo shit doesn't make people gay and pedo? Is the ability to know right from wrong so strong that the only people that are recruited into this cult are the ones that are drugged and tricked into it or raped into it? Because that's how it seems. They either bend you over and catch you doing some shit and blackmail you into it. You're willingly complicit, or they catch you and they show you it all on TV. Every way they can get their hooks into you, they're showing you on television and movies. Do this fuck up, we got you. Do that fuck up, we got you. And then you got to catch us slipping to get that white card. And fucking, you can only play it one time, so make it count. The system is fucking crazy. People wouldn't even believe how a lot of it works, but some would. Some people do know. But every place is different. Where I grew up, the police controlled the drug flow. And I found all the links in the chain. I ended up figuring out who was like the head witch of the area. He was also the cocaine dealing guy. He was one of those people, he might go out once a year public. But I knew him. I'd seen him around, like I knew who he was. That's my area. But I never would have put two and two together. But like, you know how those type of people always have party kids. Party kids fucked up and brought me out. He's like, who the fuck is this guy? I'm like, I'm the acid guy. Who the fuck are you? And he's like, oh, okay, so you're cool. I'm like, yeah, why? You need some? I thought I was coming here to give somebody some acid. He's like, yeah, I'll take a couple of hits. So, I did my deal. And he's like, here's my shit. And he broke out some powder, and Homeboy packed up a snow cap on her bowl. So he blazed a snow cap bowl and his tits. I was like, yeah, that's some good shit. And then he like started telling me who he was. Like he got overly friendly. He saw my tattoos and thought I was like one of them. It's like, yeah. And like at a certain point, you could kind of tell that like, yeah, I agree with some of the shit that he thought, but once he hit that borderline of, hey, I fucked these two kids that you're friends with, like he hinted at it, and that you could feel my energy just like. So he just changed the subject over to his store that he ran at the beach. And I felt so sorry for my friends. I tried to help the girl escape. I drove her a couple of cities over to get away and get to other family's house a couple of times. But stepdad kept bringing her home, bringing her back. And the fucking boyfriend, he was a dumbass and he would fucking help her get back. Can't get them all. Sometimes you can. The one girl I dated for a while, her ex was a sheriff in a small county in North Carolina. I had a lot of leeway. And he got her so high one time, he wouldn't tell her what she smoked. He just threw some shit in the vape. She was like, I smoked weed out of the vape before. It wasn't like that. When she called me out, she was just spawning the fuck out. Like, I thought she was dusted or something. So I had to drive like 4 hours to North Carolina to pick her up. Dude's like standing in his driveway with a shotgun. Just step 1 foot on my property and I'm gonna shoot you. I was like, dude, let her come out and get in my car. And that's that. Like I'm not here. Like obviously you can shoot whatever. If you're a cop, you know how it's gonna go down. They can't bury that shit. Not with me. I'm not a scumbag, Like I got people that love me. And they'll say, hey, what the fuck happened to Dad? But After like 3 hours of negotiations with this fucking psychopath, Wesley Smith, he finally went back in the house and she ran out crying and traumatized and got the car. I parked around the corner across the county line into Virginia so he couldn't come after me and be like, like, nah, fuck face. I'm out of your jurisdiction. I'm not doing anything wrong. So I went and got us some snacks for the road trip back. She told me what happened. It's like, fuck, man. I had to convince her shit was actually happening. She's like, am I dreaming this right now? I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, well, it seems real, but she's like, the way my eyes are seeing everything, it's kind of glossy like a dream. I'm like, nah, maybe, but no, I don't think it's a dream, not like in the sense of personal individualized dreams. If anything, this is the group dream, cosmic womb dream. But I had her talked down by the time we got back to our city. Dropped her off, told her roommate what had happened. He wanted to go drive right back and kick doors down. And I'm like, yo, man, dude's armed and ready. Like he was prepped for me. He's like, right on. Thanks for the heads up. He's like, he had some biker friends and they did what they did. And I don't know anything about it. And I don't want to know anything about it. And I'll never ask. But I know shit happened. Because dude ended up getting fired and moved because some shit happened. I just don't know exactly what. Mostly because the roommate moved away and I didn't really talk to him after that. But I still talk to her. She's a great girl. Love her to death. One of those spectacular women in life where you date a little while and just like, man, this is how it should be. But then after a while, you're like, no, this chick is so much better than I deserve. Like, I can't hold it back. And you do the right thing and you just become friends again. Move past all that. These are their stories. Pum pum. They should make a Law and Order Fetus where it's like a show about lawyers from start to finish, like the Truman Show, but better. Because it's choose your intervention and people can pay to vote to see where the show goes. Do they break the law? Do they make ethical violations? Do they play it straight? Kind of like they showed in Caddyshack. All the old dudes at the golf club are watching fucking reject kid standing off, not knowing anybody's watching. It's like he's gonna eat his booger, and the other guy's like, nah, $50 says he doesn't. He's like, yeah, I got money. Now I'll just throw in, and they're fucking watching. Okay, and yep, he did. I used to gamble. I didn't have a gambling problem though. I didn't really gamble money. I would just make fun bets like, hey, I bet I could go over across the street and talk that guy out of his hat. Shit like that. My friend Billy used to like to play. Even when he didn't want to play, I would still think of shit and be like, give me a bet, give me a bet. I'm like, all right, go over there and see if that person will give you the shirt. I'm like, who? And he's like, that chick. I'm like, a chick? Really? All right. But I would go over and I would talk to him, be like, okay. My friend over there bet me I couldn't talk you into giving me a shirt. She's like, well, he's probably right. And I'm like, well, I'll trade you my shirt, and then after I win the bet, we can trade back or whatever, just to humiliate him and make me look good, help me win. And most of the time, people would be down to help. They'd be like, yeah, man, take my cowboy hat, take my lighter, whatever, just bring it back. And I'm like, all right, be good. And I would pull it off, and he'd be like, you motherfucker. And I'm like, yeah. But he did some cool shit in his time, too. And then the one time, the three of us, me and my other friend Chris from kindergarten, we all got the trip at the same time, finally, after many misses. We were driving around downtown Norfolk, and these guys were stealing how you go to the gas station and they have the little window shit that comes out. Every gas station we went to that was closed, they took the window tray and threw it in the back of the truck. So fucking all these gas stations next day were missing their walk-up window drawer thing. And like it wasn't in the newspaper, but we did hear about it on the local radio station. And we were at work, and like he was doing electrical on the job, and I was doing the brickwork. So like our crews were on the same job, and I was like, dude. He's like, I know. And we just had a good old laugh. So much shenanigans back in the day. It was like in our 20s though. Fucking my other two friends, when they were building the additional parking lot for the amphitheater out there, they got the backhoes, the back hauler crane, and they were driving around, and they ended up driving both of them into a ditch. And like you can't get them out, so they just left them. They abandoned the shit. It took off, and like the news tried to make it out like it was a big vandalism incident. And they were just like, nah, we got done working, and we were fucking drunk. And we drove into the ditch because it was dark. And then once he drove in the ditch, the other guy thought it'd be funny to try to pull him out, and ended up driving in the ditch, like some King of the Hill style nonsense. And then they just fucking abandoned it and went to my house and smoked. I was like, damn, you guys are in the fucking news. They think there's some vandalism. They're looking for a group of kids responsible. And, oh, Americans. Been debating cutting my hair. I don't know. I have no idea what looks attractive on me. I don't really have anybody to ask. So it's like, I don't know. Like clothing wise, I do know what clothes are nicer to wear. I just don't wear them on camera. My audience doesn't deserve to get to see me in tuxedo shirts and shit like that. Not till it's party time and we go out on the town. Then I'll show what's up. Like then I'll wear dress shoes and shit. Jewelry and all the good shit. But home is where I let my hair down and just kick it. My little zone, solitude. Dave Town. It's a registered business. It's hilarious. Every now and again, somebody will Google a question and be like, what exactly do you do at Dave Town? I tell them something different. Sometimes it's an art collective. Sometimes I'm researching tomatoes. It just depends whatever mood they catch me in. I'll think of something clever. Gotta fuck with the powers that be. Keep them on their toes. That's how it used to be. It was fun. Fuck with the cops a little bit. You didn't get arrested. You didn't get beat. You didn't get shot. They'd be like, hey, man, don't do that nonsense. Don't throw fucking eggs at cars. And then that was it. You learned your lesson, you got scared a little bit. Nowadays, these kids are fucking retarded out here. Pretty much when people started getting shot over tennis shoes, that was like when enough should have been enough, to my mind. Like when I was young, I'd get ganged up on and they'd beat your ass and take your bicycle in broad daylight. Nobody would do shit about it. Just be like, well, you're riding in the wrong part of town. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm just riding my bicycle around. I'm a kid. There's no wrong part of town. Like, it's fucking America, right? And I didn't get it because I wasn't taught people would hate me for my skin color, or that other people hated other people for their skin color. It hadn't come up by the time I was 8 years old because I never had an issue with it. It was like it's equal numbers on the East Coast where I was at. The only people that got looked at weird were like one or two Asian people that because nobody had any, like, where do they live? Nobody was friends with them. They wouldn't talk to anybody. So they were kind of a mystery to everybody, but nobody hated them. They were just curious. But eventually I figured it out. And like a lot of my friends, like they're like what I call, poser. They would wear hammer pants, that kind of shit. And like I liked the music that they were listening to. Like we would all listen. I would listen to their rap stuff, and they would listen to my Metallica and Slayer and stuff. We'd all just rock out while we were skating. It's just fashion to me, but they would like try to have the whole the act, gangsta act, or whatever you want to call it back then. One of them actually went as far as to wear the Africa symbols, and like we all looked at him like it just made no sense. He died before I got to ask him about that. But we did make peace, like in younger days. He was one of my bullies that would try to fuck with me. Like I was always against fighting because when I was young, I was super violent, and then my grandpa just totally was like, "Man, you gotta stop." He was always on my ass. You're gonna beat somebody to death if you don't watch it. You need to stop. You need to stop hitting. You need to stop hitting people. He was like, "Don't do this. Don't do that." Because my dad was at sea. He was a sailor on a submarine, and he was gone most of my childhood. I'd see him once every 6 months to a year. And if my mom was in a mood, she would make him punish us for whatever the hell we did since the last time he'd been home. And he'd only have a couple of weeks to a month before he had to do something else and go somewhere else. So, like, my grandpa and my uncles were a lot of my dad role models, and everything they lacked or that I thought was asshole. Like, there's a lot of the attitudes they had where I'm like, man, you're a dick. So then I just started piecemealing it together because, to my mind, the morality of a fictional character, I know it's a fictional character, but the way it's written, you can see the attributes that are good and apply them and make them real because they're based on real attributes like honesty and loyalty and commitment, things of that nature. Same as with evil, you can also apply that shit. TV is a good programmer in the sense that someone that's traumatized can be resocialized, or someone that's left with a void or personality void, like your dad died or you never knew your dad. You can say what you want about him, but realistically, psychologically, you're missing half your makeup. You don't know how half of yourself is activating until you know something about your dad. Even if you got to learn from the grandpa and the grandma, or somebody. Like you need to hear stories about them or something. Like every little tidbit activates that shit inside you. And I know from experience because as I grew up, like I would ask other people, like, what do you think of my dad? Or they would tell me stories of my dad while we're working. I'm like, really? My dad did that? That sounds cool as shit. They'd be like, yeah, man, your dad's cool. Don't he tell you this stuff? I'm like, no. He's never home. He's always working or he's always gone. Like, it wasn't until I was like in my 20s, 30s, and started doing house repairs with my dad. He finally got it. He started doing the shit because, like, he saw they were making kick ass money out of it. Fixing termite damage, roof repairs, and shit. Cake, cake, cake. Stacking those bills back in the day. I was billing out at like $1.50 an hour. Bam, bam, bam. 10 hours a day, sun up to sunset, flying high as a kite. I loved it. I wish it rained more here. I'd go back to patching roofs in an instant. Fuck the store. I like the store, but I much like climbing up on some shit, looking around, just seeing the view, catching a buzz, slapping a little patch up, doing some shingles. Nothing major. Pays better, so much better. For whatever reason, my nose hairs grow a lot. Cut them, and they're ready to be back the next day. Like, hey, missed you. Like, what the fuck? Is there a props department coming in at night and cultivating hair? Well, I'm just so manly, my hair does not stop. I don't know. Yeah, that could be fun. I'll get high and make some beats. Gotta remember to get a new tape. Wow, that was a good read. So good, I forgot what the fuck I was gonna do before that. Doesn't matter. I didn't forget. Oh gosh, it might be. Let's see what we can do here. Excuse me, moi. Ooh, new sounds. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Pixel rhythm. Don't even make me watch the video. Just fucking, yeah, there you go. Good stuff. I don't need to watch a commercial. Come on. Oh, it's making me watch it anyway. But I'm not listening to it. Pieces of shit. I hate ads so much. Root. What up? Kirk Washington back in the house. Just fucking around, being bored. I was playing with my little thingy. It's just like a little beat sequencer. Sometimes I come up with some cool stuff. And then other times it's like, let's see. No, commercials. What are you fellas up to tonight? Let's see which one did I actually was this in? Like I'm getting better at it, but I feel like most of the shit that I make sounds like video game stuff. So I don't know, like if Nintendo starts making games and wants some help, I got shit for that. Beyond that, I don't know. I do kind of tend to play some silly music. It's like my in-between zones, death metal and carnival music. It's like my in-between zones, death metal and carnival music. No overlapping sounds. Oh. Oh yeah, I do got some buds too. Go me. Who gave me bud this time? Joel. Joel gave me bud before he passed the fuck out the other night on camera. See, I was nice. I didn't mess with him or anything. He actually came over to get his ear pierced, and then he never got around to getting me to pierce his ear. Like, I'm gentle, but I only charge him like $20 to do it because he's got the jewelry and all. Like I'll make him buy his own sterile equipment and shit. But I'll do the work for him. I've done his ear a couple of times in different spots. I've done a nose, but nothing major like a nipple or a belly button or anything crazy like that. Not that I couldn't, I just haven't ever been approached. Yeah, right. That guy was over at grandma's, and Max felt guilty, but he wouldn't tell me that he left the tablet. So he came home from mom's house, and he's like, "Hey, I want to go stay at grandma's." I'm like, "Why? I got the day off, you know? Like you just got back home. What the hell?" And like I could tell by his attitude, he was holding back like what he was really talking about. And I was like, "So what do you really need? Why do you really want to go to grandma's?" He's like, "I forgot the tablet." I was like, "Oh, you're a good guy." I rewarded him. I was like, "Thank you for being honest. It's a good boy." Because you can drill it into their heads as much as you want, but until you actually see it spontaneously come back into play, you know, same thing.
Salute, bro. Salute, bro. How you doing this morning?
What up?
I can't complain. Just saying what's up with you. You know, I always support the show like you support mine. Hope you doing all right.
Chilling, have a good old Friday night. Got some buds about to smoke. I went and skated earlier. Keep my show diverse. I was gonna holler at people, but I didn't run into anybody. Nice. We got to get you this concentrate, though, man. This shit's the bomb. Look at that. So clear you hardly know it's here.
I feel you. Looking good. Look better than mine.
Well, it's not so much better. It's just concentrated. Like you can take stress buds and turn them into concentrate. It basically makes one puff as strong as 5 bong hits and better. Like the better quality you make. Like this is like the. This is
And
like
mine just got them being a lesbian.
this one's like
That's
soft.
simple.
If they find it more than sauce, then it becomes the diamonds. Like you can see the granular. Nobody ever reminds me to go get a damn webcam.
Hey, is that the stuff that you're supposed to like rub on your marijuana or some shit?
It's just concentrate, wax,
Like,
hashish.
like when you roll it on your blunt?
Yeah, you can drip it. You can dip it.
Okay, there you go. You're drinking.
My aunt used to put drops of it into her tea and drink it. Like, I prefer
Say
my
what?
dad to because I can torch it up. Bam. But then you can drip
Hey
it on
man, did
top
you
of
hear
it.
what the NAACP did?
The what?
Have you heard what the NAACP did?
No, what did they do?
Have you ever heard of them doing anything? Ever since like the 80s or anything? Like,
I remember they used to have the National Negro College Fund. Like they would come around and get donations from there.
these motherfuckers been out for 50 years and they finally came out with a lawsuit. They came out with a lawsuit saying that we should be able to vote. They filed a lawsuit against Donald Trump saying that he's going against the black folks and the Negro colored folks from voting. Out of all the shit that they could be suing for.
Right? I would
Man,
be someone like, yo, man, here's a whole. I'd come in with like a scroll from the olden times. They'd have to drag that motherfucker down the hall.
yeah, before we get to this shit.
Glass out, back. Whoop. Take a big drink of water. Let's begin. Senses are great, America.
I'm just saying that's how embarrassing they is. Out of all the fucking years and money y'all been getting, this all you can come up with. We're gonna sue Donald
The
Trump.
Rainbow Coalition.
Yeah, yeah.
What'd they do?
Nothing.
I know Jesse Jackson got a kid out of the deal.
Yeah, I just
Dipping his pen in the company ink well. Naughty, naughty.
I think most of the black groups is the last in stock of the world for real.
Nah, I think it's all like locality wise. There's a lot of places where everybody gets respect. That's why you don't see them on the television news because shit ain't popping off there, you know? Like everybody's just kind of living in harmony and working and doing their thing and raising their kids.
It was funny. A lot of people don't. We be looking at Kamala. A lot of people ain't feeling Kamala. We got tricked by Barack. We said we ain't gonna let that shit happen again. Goddamn.
Her dad came out and told her she was full of shit. That was the funniest shit I've ever seen.
You got
We
that
do not
right.
support smoking ganja or marijuana, whatever you call it. We don't support that lifestyle. I mean, you're like, damn, how you just got called out by your own dad? What are you gonna do at that point? Call your dad a fucking liar? You lost all your credibility with that one.
As much as I don't get in politics,
They should
but
all
I
be
like,
pardoned. If you just had a
huh?
possession charge and it wasn't like you shot somebody or committed a violent act, you should be released. Shit's legalized. Release everybody that's fucking being persecuted.
Say what?
Like anybody that's in jail still because of a weed charge, if they didn't commit a violent crime during their possession or weed charge, they shouldn't be in jail for it anymore.
I think that should be for all drug charges.
Well, once they get
Hopefully
the
marijuana.
legalized drug houses up and running, yeah.
Huh?
Like the way I laid it out for the powers that be and everybody when I first theorized it, the only way to beat it is to have legalized crack. By that, I mean there's going to be like a project style apartment building in every major city. And if you want to smoke crack, you can go check yourself in, smoke all the free crack you want, eat grilled cheese, whatever. You're just not leaving the property. The day that you want to leave, you can then decide to enter into a 3-year rehab program. And then upon completion of said program, will be released back into society. And I think anybody that would really want to pursue it at that point would have to be mentally deranged. So we cut out hardcore drug use like that 100%. Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel this marijuana thing. I knew it back in the day. It opened up Pandora's box. Like you can never just legalize weed or make it legal without downgrading the rest of the drugs. Cause like you said, it's not a violent crime,
Yeah.
or you ain't trespass on nobody's property. So they're being prejudiced if they make marijuana good and it's a Schedule 1 drug, and then they don't make the other drugs no type of way lenient. That's like prejudice and shit.
But see if they controlled the flow directly like that and they kept everybody in their little blocks, then it would be manageable. And you would cure it because the availability would be none. Nobody would have it. There'd be total lockdown on it. Where'd you get your heroin? Nowhere, because you had to be in the heroin house under 24-hour surveillance if you want to be a heroin user. And there would be other therapies available too, but with stuff like that where they're just uncontrollable and the craving's so bad, it makes more sense to keep them locked up, just not in the sense of jail. It should be more like a community that's just gated off and they're refined and not refined, confined, thank you, to that space. So that way they're not harming anybody and there's no motivation for them to commit crimes because they're being given enough of the drug to get off on until such time as they're ready to stop using. I would also make euthanasia more accessible. I think it's bullshit that hospitals can charge and live off of insurance just by keeping elderly and disabled people that are comatose from accidents and are never going to recover. But they keep them going and keep building hope up in these people year after year after year. Well, you never know. Little Tommy could wake up or grandma could come back from that stroke. Meanwhile, we're collecting that check. Keep paying your premiums, guys, because we like those checks. Oh, Medicare will take it over too? Great. More money, more scam, more fraud. And who knows what it's really doing to the spirit of the people. Kirk Washington Jr., you know who I'm talking about. The real Kamala Harris is who? The Ugandan giant. Said it once, and I'll say it 1,000 times.
What that mean?
Remember back in the day, the WWF? The Junkyard Dog, and then they had Kamala, the Ugandan giant. And he would come out with his fucking tropical shaman and his grass
Hold
skirt.
on, hold on, man. Like you went a little forward though. So you saying Kamala
Oh,
got some
because I read
type
Kirk Washington's thing in the chat about Kamala Harris, aka Mao. He said it's a man baby, you know.
So you saying there was a great wrestler called Kamala, the
Kamala
who?
Harris, yeah. Hold on, I'll show him on the on screen. Mexican assistants. Yeah, that's what tripped me out because I was like, I knew his name was Kamala.
As much as I don't do politics, man, I'm scared if the Democrats win. I'm scared of them motherfuckers.
I totally think no matter who wins, the other side's not going to accept it, and they're going to try to another whole. It's the strategy. There you go, James Kamala Harris, the Ugandan giant, and then his manager was Papa Shango.
I wonder what that word Kamala mean. You got me thinking now. You know, I'm a root word that word up.
Oh, he's going to digress on you. Ah, ah. That's right. That's some good shit, apparently. Got me.
Hey, you ever heard of incorporated and unincorporated areas?
Yeah, there are El Rio, about 5 miles south of me, is unincorporated from Oxnard and Ventura, and south
Do you know there's a lot of
to the east.
different rules applied to that shit?
Yeah, it's crazy, dude. Over there, it's like the Wild West. Like 5 miles down the road, it's night and day from where I used to live.
What you mean, like no police is allowed to go over there?
No, there's just sheriffs.
Wow, yeah, you're right.
And the sheriffs roll up strapped like they're going to fucking war, dude. Full on army gear, like all their donated army gear. They roll with it. The tank trucks and all that shit. I was like, what the fuck?
Why? Why they was doing that? Because it was an unincorporated area or something?
They had the wrong address and were serving a warrant, and fucking they came in guns blazing because when they went to serve the warrant, fucking dude was in the shower, so they thought he was ignoring them because they heard his TV, so they broke in the door. When they went through the back door, it went into the garden warehouse, which was still on lockdown as far as each room, but you could smell weed. So once they smelled weed, then they had probable cause, even though the licenses were plainly hanging on the wall. But at that point, they had reason to conduct their shit. So, like, I heard commotion. I heard him beating the door. I'm like, what the hell is dude going on over there? And Mark's like, yo, man, I hear banging on the camera. I'm like, what the fuck's he doing? Go see what he's up to. I'm about to go out there with the dog. The dude standing at the end of the street with a fucking M16 and fucking armor jacket and helmet and all that shit. And I'm like, yo, what's going on? Is there a manhunt? He's like, where'd you come from? I'm like, my house? He's like, where's that? I'm like, right fucking here. Duh. The dog. What's up? He's like, oh, well, we're in there not fucking your garden up. So I was like, yeah, really? You got licenses and all that. Our shit's up to date. He's like, oh? And I'm like, yeah. And then you tell my boss right now. So I called up Mark. I'm like, yo, man, you're fucking down here fucking shit up. So he called up Howard, the attorney at law, the good guy, super attorney.
Now, this is what I'm asking you.
They ended up totaling it up, and we were a couple of plants over limit, so we destroyed those. They had to leave everything else alone.
Now, I'm asking you this. Now, you live in an incorporated area, correct?
Now we do.
Okay, now you live in an incorporated area. You said 5 miles down the road is an unincorporated area, correct?
Yep.
So, if you had your mail go to an unincorporated area, is that dealing with like the same mail?
Yeah, the post office is still the post office. It's more like a zoning thing at this point, and that's like the only real difference is the sheriff's and the police jurisdiction. The sheriff retain jurisdiction And most of what's unincorporated is like farmland. So it's not industrial or residential usually. There's like maybe 6 blocks of actual housing in both directions, 6 blocks that way by 6 blocks deep. And then like a few old industrial buildings and auto shops left. And that's the whole unincorporated area there. And El Rio is like a 5 square mile neighborhood. Like they don't even have farms there anymore. It's just that little section. But it's a California thing. Like people will make their neighborhood once it's a populated enough neighborhood, they'll break it off and start calling it its own little city. And even though like they won't recognize it, but they don't not recognize it either. Like the post office knows where to go. It's weird. Fucking weird.
No, I was just saying naturally, if you have your residence in the unincorporated area, it's not with the corporation.
Unless they contract.
Huh?
Unless they've contracted. But I think once you get hooked up to the water system, power system, then you're contractually obligated to be part and parcel. Even
Okay.
if you don't incorporate, you're still being part of the system, right?
Yeah, you could do that in your corporation name though.
I don't know. I'd have to check into it.
Yeah, there's some weird shit I always be hearing about unincorporated, incorporated areas.
It's probably different in every state too, depending on what rights you get out of it. Like here, I know you get different water rights if you're running a farm. That's why most of it's farmland versus industrial. Yeah, no, because here in spirit.
Is that where you at in California? I'm in Ohio.
And trying to think where I always forget. It's wherever the glass place is.
Huh?
And I dated a chick in Ohio a long time ago, and I stayed up there a while.
Oh yeah, we in that great state.
Not Chillicothe, but near Chillicothe.
Yeah, I'm right down the street from Chillicothe.
Can't think of the name of it though, but like they had the Anchor Hocking glass plant. That's where the chick worked, and that was where it was at. And I went up there for a few months, and it was chill. It rained steadily, but it was chill. And then she just didn't like it anymore, so I was like, all right, later's. And I bounced back down to Virginia. Back in the old days when you could do computer dating and meet interesting people and travel around. And there weren't catfish and psychopaths and agents and all the other nonsensical dumb shit that goes on nowadays. I'm gonna strike your channel. I'm gonna strike your channel. Like, why? The fuck good is that gonna do anybody? Just makes you look petty. Like if someone's into it enough to copy some shit, I say go for it. Copy my shit. Even if you don't give me credit, people will know. Everybody will know. Like all the mainstream people that are using digress now, that shit's in the mainstream now, dude. I don't know if you've noticed, but it is. It's on TV shows. Fucking Tucker Carlson's been using it. Conan O'Brien used it. Like all of the big ones have been using it recently. It's because you started it and we all got it going. Gang got it going through the wires.
So what you saying?
You started a movement, dude.
Oh shit, you know I'm the pioneer around this motherfucker.
Yeah. You pioneered, re-pioneering. I digress. And now it's like all of them do it. They do it the same way too. They'll make their point and then they'll hang it and be like, but I digress. And you're like, yes, motherfuckers. The pros have to do it. They have to. Here you go, guys. Imitate these guys. Imitate them. Just you got to start talking like them.
It seemed like tomorrow, if it go right, it got started late, but I could do it next year too. It's been a lot of confusion in my life though, because I'm about to get this crib that sit right on the river,
Nice.
and I can start my kayak business just going up and down the river, and I could just drop people off right up at my crib.
Sell bait too.
Huh?
Get like an ice chest and bait and drinks, and then you got your little bait and tackle shop. Because
It was
people
gonna
don't
let
always
people
go,
go
you
fishing.
don't always go on vacation with your fishing pole, but once you're there and Dad and Junior see fishing poles, the mom will be like, "Why don't you get some fishing stuff and take the boy fishing?" And what Dad's gonna say there is gonna be like, "All right, let me get a couple of poles."
No, I was talking about I went through Alibaba, and it's like another week because it took like 4.5 weeks. I'm getting like 50 more kayaks. I already got like 20 of them. But now I just accidentally fell into this area that's like 6 miles away from Portsmouth, Ohio, where I'm at on the river. And we could just float down the river to my crib now.
Nice.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I could do tours for like $10, $15. And then when we get out of it, it got like a quarter acre on it where I can put my tents up because I got like 7 tents. And I can go to Alibaba. And if Trump come through with this $1,200 more dollars, or if I just put my foot to the ground, however it go, I can get like 8 more tents. So I'm really starting off like next year. I can have my little so-called Indian Moorish situation started up. I'm gonna show y'all tomorrow about this shit. Though I think it's dope though. It just fell in my lap
It
too.
sounds dope. I want to
I'm
go.
gonna invite you down there too. I just want to make sure I got like 20 tents.
Dude, I'll go.
I won't have to bring nothing. I just know we're gonna have legal people there with guns, so it ain't gonna be nothing but peace and fun there.
Right on. Have some milk in there. How crazy is that, dude? I can order mushrooms through a delivery service now, just like weed, but clove cigarettes are banned.
Say that again.
They banned flavored tobacco in California. Like I smoke clove cigarettes and cigars, so those are now contraband. I can get them mailed in from out of state or buy them up at a few stores that still have them at a jacked up rate. But I can get magic mushrooms from the weed guy. They've been, they've been approved for legalization here, and people can consume them and buy them. And
It seemed like I ain't drunk coffee or smoked cigarettes or tobacco in like 4 to 5 days. I got me a vapor. And I started drinking orange juice and water.
I've been drinking a lot more juice lately too. We got some coconut juice. We got dragon juice. Banana nectar. Like you can tell the difference. It's been hot out here, so like I've had to stay hydrated.
You said you in California?
Yeah,
North or south?
south.
Oh, okay.
I'm like right above LA,
Oh, okay.
so we don't get it in the hundreds here, but it gets in the 90s.
What's the best type of smoke they got down there?
Shit, something for everybody. There's like 50 strains I like. I got seeds for shit nobody's got. 'Cause I developed.
What's the best type that don't leave California? Like the type that the dispensaries don't got when they make the dispensaries mad when they don't got it.
Donna OG is a big one. Skywalker is a really big one.
Like back in the day,
Wedding
like maybe
God's Breath.
do all that come from North?
Real Afghani, if you can get real Afghani, that shit will go like hotcakes. There's one place in Venice Beach that I know of where you can go get actual Thai stick.
Yeah.
I found one place that has actual Maui Wowie, which was a dream. I had that since I was like 18. And I was back in Virginia Beach. I ran into some friend of my uncle's. He's like, "Yeah, man, I got some weed from Hawaii. You want to check it out?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Is the best weed come from North California?
The best outdoor, yeah. The best indoor. Most of it's from SoCal.
Okay, so the best outdoor come from.
Yeah, they got the climate up there. They got the altitude and the climate and the range. Like
Yeah.
it's more suited. It's more jungle up there than it is city. Down here, it's concrete jungle, so you have to have indoor spots or somebody's backyard to set up. Like the
So the
setup we're
best.
about to revamp in the next couple of weeks is basically a 3 bedroom sized conversion where they had a double car garage and they converted it to an apartment and then converted half of that to a grow room setup. And I'd already done work on it about 4 or 5 months ago. The husband fucked it up. So this time I'm gonna get my guy to move in there and live there and keep an eye on it. So that way I can turn it out. Because Mark said the forecast is bud prices are going up and they're staying up. It's not going to be seasonal like it was usually is. This year it's going to stay up because all the people are still staying home. So there's been less workers. Everyone's just getting sick. And that was something else I thought of today because the stupid chick is, you have exact change for your meal? Like, no, I don't. I'm not an 85-year-old man that carries a pocket full of coins. I got bills that fold. Here's what I got. Take it, and you give me change. Well, there's a coin shortage. I was like, really? How? I thought 250,000 people just died. That's all that means. Shouldn't all these other people that are relatives of these 250,000 people just have inherited a bunch of money, so they're spending more money. So there should be more money flowing every which way than ever before, right? But see, I work at the store.
I agree.
When I cashier and shit, I noticed like between stimulus when it got tight, everybody starts spending the $2 bills and the Susan B. Anthony dollars, and the gold coins, and the half dollars. They ran out of hard currency, so they break into the piggy bank and spend it all. So if there's a coin shortage, it's only because the banks are taking it in and the businesses are taking it and not putting it back. Otherwise, it should continuously be cycling because you're always breaking change. No matter what the hell you buy, you get some form of change. You manage that change, but even then, you're still transitioning change back and forth.
Is a lot of weird shit going on in California right now?
Oh, it's a hotbed of fun.
What does that mean?
Crack and tweak and
Huh?
dude, this place is trying to get Florida's fucking award for the craziest state in the country.
I mean, I don't understand what that means, bro.
Like, there's so much shit that isn't on the news. Like, the stuff they show on the news, it's like, that's nothing. There's people getting stabbed and shot up and fucked with routinely in Oxnard. Like, I'll pay
Like,
attention to the scanner sometimes, and it's like, this just happened.
like for what though?
Because it's the meth. They're all trading meth and dealing, like, all the meth heads, they can't go without. Like earlier, I showed that the guy was there with the other guy standing off to the side, like, making sure he got that money out of the ATM. Pay dude for whatever he got.
Yeah.
Pressing him like that old story. Yeah, I'll let you smoke. I'll let you smoke. All right, man, you got to pay up, or else.
Meth at all time high up there.
The pushers. Pushing down.
Is meth what they call ice?
I'm sure they smoke that too. I know that it was popular with the Filipino community back east.
Is that the same thing?
It's a different cut. Like every different way you formulate it is different. There's peanut butter, there's tank, there's white, boom, pow. I don't know a lot about it other than I tried it 15 years ago. Didn't do anything for me.
Absolutely.
Well, that sucked. I was like, where can I get some weed? Like, I made fun of my friends. I was like, y'all seriously smoke this shit all the time? Like, this sucks. It tasted like somebody burned plastic and blew the fumes in my face. Most foul shit. I didn't feel like I was on speed of any kind. I sat there, I was like, what's supposed to happen? Like, they're all geeked out, like playing on the computer and watching 5 different TVs set up around the garage. They're just into their own little world doing shit. And I'm like, I don't get it. I went to sleep. Like, back to sleep. Oh, chalk that off the list. I tried coke, but I never smoked crack. But I did quit crack because they didn't know how to.
How much like a pound of weed out there in California?
Huh?
How much like a pound of weed?
For me, I can get it like 11 hundo up to 3 grand. It depends what level of stone you want.
Up to what?
You shit that you smoke it and you're just done for the afternoon. And then there's other shit that's for like, weed off of.
Yeah, because I know when we was out there, there's like different shelves of weed. Like I looked at it as liquor. You had the bottom shelf and the top shelf.
Yeah, I take you right to the spot.
Huh?
I go right to the source. Like my boss is still running shit. I'm just on hiatus. When I had my kid, I retired from all that. I was like, I got to get a legitimate job, so I didn't want any issues with my kid and weed or anything, so I didn't want that. Even though I had all my licenses and everything, I still do. It's just like I'd rather be safe than sorry. Just to change the law out of nowhere.
So you saying the best smoke costs about 2 pounds of 2 pounds?
The grade I would buy to really get off, I would spend about 18 tops, but that's because I grow, like I'm known. So it's like they're selling me back shit from my genetics that I grew a couple of years back. They're still running with that.
Yeah, I feel you on that shit.
Like once you breed a good plant, you keep that mother alive as long as you can, and you make that way you keep the strain going. Basically, you breed them. You got to crossbreed them to keep it genetics fresh. Because if you keep it stagnant, then the hermaphrodites are unstable. The seeds they produce are unstable. Nature abhors hermaphrodites, according to the plant kingdom. People that do
Say what?
In nature, when you have a plant that hermaphrodites, it's always stressed out, and the seeds that it produces are unstable. It doesn't grow anything worthy of anything. You end up growing swag, or stress, or whatever you want to call it, bunk shit.
Yeah, I'm a lesbian, bro. I don't want no hermaphrodite weed or no male weed. I want straight that female weed.
Girl,
yeah, I want female weed. Yep.
What's your
female weed?
I miss going everywhere, smelling just so strongly of bud. Everybody just looks at me like, "Damn, I know where you've been." And I just look back at them like,
It's expensive as hell to live out in California, ain't it?
yeah. I got lucky though. I live in a cheap place. Because my baby mama, she owns it. So all I got to do is pay for the spot. So I just pay for a little cheaper. Everyone else is paying like at least twice to 3 times what I pay for the same shit.
Damn.
Yeah. Like her dad owned it first and passed it to her. So it's like they had it long enough to where it's like rent control. So I was like, yeah, I'll stick around and keep it here. But I do want a better place with a big yard so I can do my own shit right on site. Especially now that you can legally do mushrooms. Because, man,
I think we'll go ride on Harleys out in California. Before the summer up, I think we was gonna ride our Harleys out to California.
You should. It's awesome. Do it before America's put on lockdown. Just
They
so
can't put
awesome.
them on lockdown.
Even if you just go see the nature, it's worth it.
Yeah.
I can drive 20 minutes up the road to a waterfall. Drive like 10 more minutes. You can just park on the side to a stream. Smoke a bowl and nobody gives a fuck. Like it's really kosher. We try to make it look worse than it is on TV so we don't attract any more of America's trash. Like that's what's really dragged it down. Everybody's like, well, California used to be great. It's like, yeah, and then Americans are all like, no, California's weird, this and that. Well, you guys sent us all your debris. All you're thinking they're gonna be stars and came out here and became street junkies. Like America, you owe us homeless reparations. As Californians who pay taxes to service your neglected kids and your delusional kids. Oh, I'm going to be a rock star. I'm going to be the next movie star. I'm going to be a model. Well, you're not. And now we got to pay for it. Everybody wants to bag on California, but they don't understand the amount of welfare we're doing for America's fucking cast off. You know?
California, a wealthy state.
It was. It might be wealthier than people know. The laws they've been passing just by banning flavored tobacco. We've already lost $70 million in tax revenue since June. That's a chunk of fucking change, right? Just 2 months, they've lost $70 million in revenue.
Damn.
Because they think flavored tobacco is going to make kids want to smoke. When I asked somebody, I was like, have you ever smoked a fucking cigar? And they're like, no. I'm like, here, take a puff. They tried it. They're like, oh my God. I'm like, exactly. That motherfucker could be flavored like happiness itself. And a kid ain't going to like it. It's a cigar. And they got that fucking pucker. Look at me. I'm happy and green, and I got green apples on my label. Fucking smiley. And then all the different vodkas they got. Cotton candy. S'mores. Like, come on. S'mores vodka. That's not for kids. Get the
I feel you. Yeah, I heard California going through some bullshit right now.
It's getting rough here and there, but it's getting better. It's like two factions. You can tell who's against the grain and who's trying to fall in line with the communist program bullshit. It's like certain businesses around town are, you got to wear your mask. They're like strict on it. They're super strict on it. Our business, it's like they tried to do it, but all of us unanimously agreed, like, you know what? Fuck this. What the policy is set to get. People are getting wild. We're putting them down. We're throwing them out. And if they want to call the cops, let them. There's 5 of us. We made our own policies aside from corporate policy to protect our own asses. Justify for anybody. Like we all got it. You know, we had a meeting. I got everybody high and said, hey, this is how it's going to be. I got pepper spray. I got Nux. I got a fucking sweet bat flashlight, which I can stun guns, fucking pepper spray, all of it. Like it's all on the crazy. Like we're literally a block down the road from the jailhouse. So when Johnny lets people out, we're their first stop. You know? Here's a putt for eagle. This one's gonna stop about 5 feet. A couple of times I've had people follow me. But you pull out the flashlight and you start twirling up. It's like, come on, bring it. People up this time. You ain't gonna get in the second attempt because fuckers me, and I'll tell everybody. Guess what this son of a bitch did? That's it. You don't fuck with me. Not because I'm so badass or anything, just because like I'm nice to people and I've made a lot of good connections and a lot of good friends and helped them out with their businesses and busted ass for them. Uprooted. What happened? He fell off. Chatty Patty Squad, shout out. Big Kirk. Shoopa Doopa. Digress to sleep, I'm sure. Trace in the AM. Yeah, I would definitely body slam Kamala Harris. I smoke weed. Laughing about it, knowing that she put people away for 25 years to life for simple possession and sales of marijuana. Come on, you got no conscience, no heart, no soul. And you got some big old proportionate body parts, as opposed to the average woman who's slender and graceful and has unique, delicate, sensuous curves. That thing looks like it smells bad down there, whatever the hell's going on. I don't want to know about that situation. What kind of Trump mushroom receptacle it might be. Call it the pain cave. Where they call that shit a bunny hutch, where the rabbits live. What do otters live in? Otters all crawl inside and start cracking oysters on their bellies with rocks. And then they use it like a table. They have mandibles and digits. They're precious to watch. So that's what happens when you put the wax on your smoke or your blunt. Ew. That shit's like a slow burn nitrous. It just kind of creeps up into you like, hey, where you been, buddy? You know? Another shout out to all my camping buddies. Hope you guys are having a blast. Miss you guys. Love you. Cyclers and the gang. Mickey, Troop, Satara, Tia, Mrs. Truth. Whoever else is along for the ride, having a good time. Hopefully they'll come back refreshed and renewed with plenty of good stories. Maybe some good visions. I used to get visions for people, but nobody really utilized it except my boss, Mark. First couple of times you kind of scoffed at it. But then like when it would come true, it'd be like, so, see anything else in the future? And I'd be like, all right, I'll get back to you. Sometimes I would, sometimes not. They're always accurate, even if they're vague, like the main details. Like, this is what I see. I don't see how it happens or why, but this is what happens. Him and his ex were there too when I actually did achieve telekinesis, and 8 other people witnessed it right there, 600 feet away from my house at the Ozeki Sushi Bar. I was shrooming balls and I was in the zone that night because I was really on point. Everything was flowing, and they called me out. They're like, "Yo, everybody says you can move your drink at the bar sometimes." And I'm like, "Sometimes it's whenever I want. It's willpower." So they challenged, "Let's see it." So I like talked it up, if I'm gonna do it, I want an audience, not for pride, just so it's like there, done. Now everybody can know. So I like pulled my soup bowl, my little miso soup. There it goes. And everybody's like, nah, come on. I went, shh, shh, shh. And it slid more. It slid a total of 22 inches across the table to me down the bar. And I was like satisfied. And they were all just kind of sitting there like, what did I just see? But what they didn't know was, as always, the power of illusion, sleight of hand. While they thought they were seeing motion, I strategically knew where the fan was blowing off the fucking back of the vent thing, hitting the table and making a force blow. And I first noticed it when my straw paper blew off the table and no one else saw it. So I knew that if I could hydroplane the soup bowl just right and time my hand motion just right, it would appear to the casual observer that I indeed had made the object move with my mind. That's what it's all about. That's magic. You don't have to worship the devil or kill a kid. It's just inspiring that feeling of people like, wow, there's something more than what's out there that I know. I want to find out something more. And it might be something different for everybody, or it might be the same thing. Who knows? But just giving them that kind of boost of inspiration, like I did at the pool. Oh my God, I can't wait to demonstrate that trick for people again. Because it was just seeing the look in the kid's eyes like, oh, he's defying fucking gravity. Like, yes, yes. Uh, Entertaining kids is great. It was one of the first jobs I had after construction when I was in high school. I worked at a place called Players Productions or Party Player Productions, and we would go to birthday parties as costume characters, be at the mall like I was Frosty the Snowman, and I was Prince Charming one time. Sometimes we'd just be like rodeo clowns because I could only juggle three balls. Like I taught myself three, and that's about as far as I could get. But we got to lead the parade. Like I was Prince Charming, and the chick was Sleeping Beauty. And she was gorgeous too. But I had to wear these lift boots to make me like 6.5 feet tall. Because you got to be Prince Charming. You're really staggeringly tall over her and her high heels. So we're both just like high as kites, just cringing walking down the street. We were so zoned out when it was story time. We rushed through our story because you have a live storytelling to the kids. We kind of fucked it up and skipped over some details. But like I caught it, I was like, "So kids, what details did we forget to tell you in our story? Let's test everyone's trivia skills." And I made it like a little game, so it seemed more like we had planned it out that way, even though it was like, "Oh my God, we just skipped like we just skipped pages as we were telling the kids' story." Yep, and then the Cat in the Hat's all done. Game over. I should have stretched like 20 minutes and we were done in 10. But I stretched it. We stretched it with trivia. And then we passed out coloring pages and autographed them for the kids, which was really cool. And took pictures and shit. So we didn't catch any heat for our fuck up. And it was cool being on the news. Of course, everybody made fun of me. They're like, look at you, motherfucker, wearing a wig, wearing some heels. I'm like, fuck you. It's guy shit. I'm not dressed as a woman, so fuck off. It was just weird that I had to wear like the Prince Charming longish hair wig because my hair at the time was longer than the wig. But I was like, well, I already got like Prince hair, like wearing a wig to have hair that I already have seems redundant. But it was like the Disney legitimate hairstyle wig, so yes, total digression wig. I miss thrift stores for that. I used to go and buy all the cool Afro wigs and perm wigs and whatever the hell would show up at the thrift stores. I would buy them, steam clean them, and then we would all just put them on and walk around town wearing them. But we would act cool, like this is just our hair, looking like crackheads sometimes. What's that? They'll have wigs for Halloween. I'll get a couple of them because I don't really want to. I do want to dye my hair, and I don't. Like I got some killer blue dye, but I'm bucking. I really do want to get a promotion. Like they told me a while back I could get it whenever, but I think I'm gonna be ready for it. I like the idea of about the same hours, but an increase in pay in more of a block instead of having to work consecutive days. Like I really like the idea of just 3 or 4 10-hour days versus I got to be there 6 days a week on slack shift because of COVID. So sick of that shit. But for real though, I want somebody to do the research, or if you find links on that, how do two and a half, not two and a half, 250,000 people die, but that didn't free up any coins. I started saving mine a while back. I figured I'd give him to Max. So he's got his little treasure box. It says hands off me treasure. It's like, it's about 3 inches deep. We tapped into it a while ago to buy him a PlayStation game because it's like his treasure. So when he wants to spend anything, he'll ask me, "Do I have enough to buy something?" And I'll say, "You sure do." And then I'll say, "What do you want?" And he'll tell me, and I'll sit there with him and we'll count out change. And they're like, "Wow, you're buying a PS4 game and change." I'm like, "It's his money, and he collects change. So ruin it for him, and I'm gonna find you after work and sock you." And be like, "What the hell, man? Spoil the kid's good time. Not my kid. Not on my watch, Mister." Man, knowledge I think was gonna go live earlier. I missed that. I saw that he was like, click a like if you want to see it live, but I saw it way late because for whatever reason, Hexicans subscribed, but it didn't show up on Disayam's bullshit. Figures though. Everybody likes Hexican. Piece of shit. One of these days, I'm gonna find that guy. I'll slap him. You bastard! How could you? I carried your seed. Oh, I can't wait till I'm this high at work tomorrow. Oh, and it's a digressive Saturday, arbitrary, nothing to do but produce, so I can play with fruits and vegetables and clean the freezer more, the fridge. I can sweep the warehouse and get it prepped for freight someday. It's just a nice 7 hour stretch of cake work. Like pretty much as long as I handle whatever freight load comes in, they'll suggest stuff for me to do. But for the most part, I know what to do, so I just kind of free range from project to project when I'm on the sales floor. Usually, I don't have to pull door duty. I'll do carts because I like to do them. I like pulling in the shopping carts because I like the local ladies to see me out there pushing fucking a lot of weight. Like, yeah, that's what's up. Stamina, strength, strong like bull. But for whatever reason, the women here, I guess, are so mistreated by the douchebags that are locals that they're all skittish around new guys. So it's hard to strike up a conversation behind a mask at work. And since you can't go to bars and sing for them anymore, fucking California bullshit. But it's nationwide, dickheads. Governor Screwsome. I want Newsom taken out, man. That piece of shit sent $1 billion to China for masks. Now, there's 330 million Americans, so he could have bought 3 masks apiece for everybody in fucking America with that $1 billion. And then some because you know they're getting them at cost. So what costs us $1 a pop is literally costing them 5 to 7 cents a pop to make. So they're already raking in the cash, and they got way more than they ever could have handled. I know because we're sitting on fucking 25 cases of them as we speak. Face shields, cloth masks, disposable masks, masks for your dick, masks for your fucking dog. Oh my god, it's goddamn ridiculous. But yeah, he does that deal, and wow, the next day China gifts him a $12 million mansion. Not saying they're connected somehow, but really, how could they not be? You give us business and we give you a mansion as a perk. It pains me that the same master creation maker can find the love and goodness in something where it's like, what? That robot's got a broke leg and just hops in a fucking circle twitching and gears grinding, and you're still cool with it. I'm not that patient. I long to be more patient like that. I still have my rough edges. Dude, you don't even know. There's so much shit to do some days. Mostly because of the overstock they've been sending us. We've literally got 300 pounds of rice in the back that can't go out because there's already 200 pounds of rice out. And they keep sending us more. And they keep sending us more. And they keep sending us fucking master cases of pet beds. So we got like 4 pallets of pet beds chilling. And they keep sending us. They sent us a whole pallet of Gillette shaving cream. Like, motherfuckers. The problem with the company is they have one warehouse where acquisitions and on hand are all at the same place. So as soon as they need space for a new acquisition, they have to stuff everything into all the stores as equally as they can to make space for the new acquisitions. It's like pieces of shit need to invest your profits into a separate warehouse or two, and your business will run more smoothly because then you're carrying the products that are actually selling versus, okay, we got a good deal on Crest this month, so here's 50 fucking cases of Crest toothpaste. What about the other 24 varieties we carry, Jeff? People like variety. They don't like fucking, what you got? Crest, what you got? Crest, Crest. Oh, we all got the same bullshit. Yay. I will give them credit there. We have an excellent juice selection and beverages. We have about 230 separate beverages we carry: organic drinks, smoothies, oddwallahs, naked juice, coffee drinks, rock stars. You want to drink it? We got it, with the exception of bull semen. But I'm sure that's in some of those crazy South American folk pills they sell. We got those too. That shit blew my mind. I was like, wait a minute, there's dollar store sex lube and condoms? Like, come on. It's no wonder there's just so many pregnancy tests being sold. They're all buying the condoms at the dollar store. Cheap asses. That was funny. The chick reordered condoms, but she thought she would try a different kind this time that we had access to. And she didn't think about it, and she got them. She's like, wait, Pride? I was like, yeah, they're Pride condoms. You have a rainbow colored dick. Brr, like lifesavers. And she's like, really? And I'm like, yeah, what'd you think they were? And she's like, well, I mean, I thought it would support like a LGBT charity or something. I'm like, no, it's a distribution warehouse for a company. Like, it's not like that. Like, shit's already purchased. They're there to sell it. I was like, these are just rainbow colored dicks. So that was pretty funny because we got so many of them. I think we got 8,000 condoms in stock. It's like the only people buying that shit are teenagers and the homeless. And just the thought of the homeless out there with rainbow dicks and lubricant just going at it in the grass. It's just like, oh my goodness. I don't know. It's natural, but I don't know. I don't know anymore. As long as they're not fucking in the bathroom at the store. Luckily, I haven't caught any of that action yet. Because I will throw on my phone and go, World Star, bing! Capture that shit and post it. Here you go. Let America know. You got that shit cracking in the bathroom. We did have some woman trim her pubes in the bathroom today. We didn't see her do it, but yeah. Didn't even try to sweep it away with her foot or none of that. Just, here you go. Looks like there's a throw rug on the ground. Honey, is the dog shedding? No? Okay. Fucking nonsensical shit. But it was a good payday overall. I didn't bother to check my timesheet, so I couldn't remember how many days were on this check. So I was stoked that it was a good check, and I was like, yeah, I like those days when I pay all my bills and I already got all my gear and all my smoke. I already got the kid a couple of pairs of new shoes this week. He's got outfits on the way because it's about to be his birthday time. So like, I ain't gotta buy him shit for a minute because grandma's on. She's already started up. She's like, well, your birthday's coming up, so that means Max gets gifts too. Because that's how she did when we were kids. Like, if it was my birthday, my brother would get something, not like a bunch of shit, just one thing, just to make him, feel like part of the celebration. Because celebration of life. I thought of it actually because I was like, yo, I want to get a gift on his birthday. And they're like, why? I was like, because I want to fit in. I want a reindeer game. And everybody went with it. If we went to my grandma, she would have a little, like, here, Dave, I got you this. Like, sweet. Like a G.I. Joe or a Star Wars guy, nothing major. But, so yeah, I do that with Max. I'll get him something and he'll pick out something for me. Then on his birthday, I'll treat myself to a DVD or some wax or something nice. But I don't really. It seems like I spoil him because he's got so much shit, but realistically, it's built up over time because I have a problem with impulse buying. And I've slowly gotten it under control. I'm down to where I only buy him like 1 or 2 items a week, whereas I used to come home with like 5 to 10 different things every time I went to the store. This kid's got every Hot Wheels and Matchbox car that's been made in the last 5 years. He has 3 years worth of the Monster Truck series, both the regular Hot Wheel scale and the larger scale. He's got all the Imaginext Super Friends. He's got the Imaginext Power Rangers. He's got Imaginext Jurassic Park. He loves costumes, so he's got helmets and masks, as many as me. Costumes galore, pirates, soldier. This kid's strapped with like, he's got like 60 fucking Nerf guns, dude. Everybody buys him a Nerf gun. I'm like, yo, he's got an arsenal, man. Like his treasure chest outside of toys. There's 60 Nerf guns in that bad boy. Double barreled shotguns with bullet holders, crossbows, sniper rifle, old school M1, World War One style rifle, machine guns. Whatever the hell this crazy kill you gun is. So you can shoot all your friends repeatedly and not hurt them. I really can't wait till he's older and we can play paintball because that's my deal. I'll go out there and light him up. Like, hey, buddy. Done. Sniper. I was trained to shoot really, really good. Like when my dad finally got on shore duty, he was was a teacher, an instructor, whatever you want to call it. And he would teach people whatever he did in the Navy. He was Master Chief. But he joined the sharpshooting team. So we would go to Quantico to the gun range. Not a lot. Like I went 3 or 4 times, I think. Yeah, probably 3. I feel like it was 3 more than 4. I think the 4th time we were just on a vacation in the mountains somewhere. But we went to Quantico a few times, and like they had the real sniper rifle where you shoot 1,000 yards. And they had to brace me, and I had to wear this crazy shoulder pad rig. They're like line it up and do this and do that, and just tell us which way to go, and we'll do the dials and the scope. Just like I was telling them, go up a little bit, go left, go up. And then I was like, all right, I'm ready to take the shot. And they're like, all right. And I felt them pushing hard on me. I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And they're like, no, trust us. It's gonna kick. That shit felt like the biggest motherfucker in the world was passing by you on the sidewalk and just said, huh, and gave you like Jesus's forearms. Bam! Right straight to the chest and shoulder. Like my whole body like, Curr! And like that was 2 grown men restraining me, and it still fucking threw my ass back. I was only like 12. But I hit like the second outer ring. First shot and second shot I pulled it in. But like with the regular rifles, shotgun, the bow, compound bow, I prefer curved reflex, but I will shoot the shit out of a compound. I love my throwing knives. I love my swords more than anything though. Because I feel like a sword fight, you give the other person a fair chance to change their opinion and change their death wish. With a gun, you got to give them what they came for. And it's heavy. It's heavy shit. Especially if I got a boy around, and some shit goes down. I'd rather be able to pull out a blade and be like, look, let's settle this like men. Nobody has to get hurt. With guns, it escalates way too quick. That and popular programming has made it so only the good guy can deal with a person with a sword. When bad guys try to deal with a swordsman, they get fucked up. When a good guy deals with a sword person, he shoots him once and that's the end of it. Look at any movie you want, it's the same trope, same cliche, whatever you want to apply to the terms, the same. It's the same pot of stew. Indiana Jones, I think, and I'd say maybe 2 others tops show someone shooting the swordsman, stopping the fight and killing him. 9 times out of 10, you're gonna see that sword dude fuck the guy up with the gun. Most of my sword training was from video, from practice. We would make practice dummies, me and my brother. We would practice on each other. We would find our techniques, ninja movies, everything. People, that's not how you do it. Really? How do you not swing a sword right? Like you're chopping at somebody and they're chopping at you. I think it's on Facebook. I have a video doing a flaming sword fight with actual dudes with the Ren Fair crowd. And then I used to spin fire. I can still do it, but I just haven't. Where you get your fire pots and cool shit like that. That's what sucks about having to work so much. Like nobody does anything anymore. And then most of the people I know moved away. I have like 3 friends left. But right when it all happened to where I only had 3 friends left is when they shut everything down. So fuck. That's why I started getting back into online friends. So at least I have people to chat with like you guys. Which is nice. It's awesome. I appreciate the hell out of it, dude. It's like cool. Somebody finds me at least interesting enough to listen to me blather and smoke weed. Anybody comes out, you're more than welcome to come kick it. I'll get you baked and I'll feed the fuck out of you. This is a sofa bed. It pulls out. You got a queen size bed to crash on. Bamboo pillows. Good times. I'm like 4 miles from the harbor one way, which has a beach access to the harbor. So that's like its own little beach. And then I'm like 7 miles from the main beach. Good times. One of these days, I'll get ciphers to come up. Bore the shit out of them. Like, welcome to my house. Let's get stoned and just sit here and stare at the walls. Nah, it'll be good times. If they ever decide to. Everybody always talks about hanging, but it's few and far between. I think over the years I've only had 25 or so people actually come through and kick it, broadcast and do cool shit. But that's cool too, you know. I don't mind. To me, it's not so much a judgment on the person, just people have time constraints and priorities, and that's understandable. I hold no grudges on whatever. And it's getting late too. Rest in a minute. Kick it a minute. 3:30. Yabba dabba doo. Yummo. I think I'm gonna digress. Catch a little shut out before the sun comes up. Still gotta get my shit out of the laundry, make my bed. But it's been fun kicking it with you guys. Hope everyone has a safe night, whatever's left of it. Have a great day tomorrow. Check you later. Peace to the familia. Out.